Hello everybody and welcome to our latest episode of the Shadow of the Silver Mane, the little tabletop RPG series we've been doing. We took a quick break for the holidays and such, but we're back. Well, before we go into what happened last time and the cliffhanger and everything, I'm going to ask these lovely people, as usual, to introduce themselves and talk about themselves and their characters very briefly. I rolled some dice in the background. The dice have decided that good old Skoll should go ahead and introduce himself first. Could you please go ahead, Skoll?
I can do that. Hi, I'm Skoll, and I am playing as good old Captain Buhd. He is a good old pirate ogre who, he's been trying to get his ogre people freed in Stormwind, and, he's kind of doing that, and, yeah, I meant to say Captain Buhd, not Captain Buhd. Stumbling of words. Hey, we'll never know. We could see someone call Captain Buhd, since people like to give him new names apparently lately.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, no. I could see someone mishearing Buhd and doing that, but yeah, no, he's stuck in Stormwind though after once again, his friends have gotten separated, so that's fun.
As usual, as is our wont, let's say. Thank you very much, Skoll, for that. And next, we have, according to the dice that I rolled, Zelris. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
I'm Zelris, and I play Lyri, the dead Blood Out right now.
Unconscious.
And
let's
that's about huh?
Unconscious, let's not exaggerate.
Sure. And hopefully something exciting happens. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Let's see.
Thank you very much, Zelris. Sorry about that. And next, we have, according to the dice, DoomGoblin. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah. Hello, it's me, DoomGoblin. I play Captain Bladebeard, and tomorrow is my birthday, May the 8th.
Tomorrow, according to when the episode will air. So happy birthday, DoomGoblin.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm ready to play a pirate again.
Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. And next we have Sir Thompshire. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and your character?
Sure. Hello. As always, I'll be playing Benjamin Aaran, the renowned fugitive that's been, running from the law for a while now. But yeah, after having a lot of fun being tackled by King of Aaran, is now on his way to hopefully save his dad and not get brutally murdered on the way.
You never know. Alright, thank you very much, Thompshire. So, as Thompshire just mentioned last time, on the run, once again, our party finds itself split up, once again. Benjamin Aaran, Lyri, Embersorrow, and Captain Bladebeard, after escaping Stormwind Keep, fled towards the trade district in the hopes of obtaining a griffin. Our heroes were, as Thompshire said, attempting to save Benjamin's father, whom Embersorrow, Benjamin's secretive uncle, had threatened to kill. Their path on their way was blocked by a nobleman, later identified as Lord Gideon Eriksson, who used Fellfire to keep them at a distance. Though they managed to clear the obstacle with the aid of some guards, the man was nowhere to be seen afterwards. Meanwhile, Captain Buhd found himself face to face with his slave driver, Lady Whitley, facing King Varian's judgment. Fortunately for our hero, the testimony of Lord Tossus Roswell decisively swung the makeshift trial's outcome. Lady Whitley and her companion, Cleopatra Summers, were thus detained, while the king promised to begin an official inquiry on the following day. Varian granted Buhd the use of 2 of his bodyguards to search for his other companions, to bring them back to the keep and arrive at a common solution for their problem. On his way, the ogre pirate encountered John, Bladebeard's crewmate, restrained by the Death Knight Johann Plagueborn, and successfully freed him. As they arrived in the trade district, Bladebeard made contact with one of his former lovers, Isla Thornbeard, a Wildhammer dwarf griffin rider. She was successfully convinced to transport Benjamin and Lyri to the Eastvale logging camp, where Benjamin's father resides. The trio managed to outmaneuver Buhd, who had become momentarily infatuated with random Draenei, as it happens, and escape the city before the guards or the ogre could catch them. Though Lyri started to lose consciousness due to exhaustion, the trio was successful in outmaneuvering Stormwind's own Griffin riders and set off towards Eastvale. Buhd's group began returning to Stormwind Keep, only to be interrupted by a young gnome on the other side of the canals yelling about her husband's friend. Bladebeard, who had remained in the city to save his other companions, was intercepted by the previously mentioned Lord Erickson. The man led the dwarf pirate to the abandoned tavern Benjamin and Lyri had previously visited, where he found Elswith Elarian and her brother Merovi, surprisingly alive, yet tied to a chair. After some posturing, the situation degenerated into combat after Bladebeard attempted to rob the dangerous noblewoman. So, since you guys are, as usual, split up again, we're sort of gonna go in like initiative order, like in the order of which you guys, which scenes you should have, etc, etc. Like the initiative order according to your quicks would be Bladebeard, then Benjamin, then Buhd, then Lyri, so we'll sort of go in that order with like the scenes with your characters. Is that alright with everyone?
For me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first off, DoomGoblin. Before you do anything, for one reason or another, and for a fairly limited time, let's say, you feel particularly inspired today. So, as is tradition, happy birthday DoomGoblin. Here is your shiny birthday inspiration once I type it in. So it's below your character right here. Again, you can use it basically like any other advantage to reroll or improve your rolls. You know the rules by now, I'm assuming. You're a chipmunk again. I've missed this.
That's a funny way to give someone a birthday present. Being a chipmunk.
I said, yeah, great.
Awesome.
Okay.
And welcome back. So, going again with the initiative order, starting off with you, DoomGoblin, or Bladebeard rather. You're currently in the midst of combat with one Lady Elswith Elarian, because you attempted to rob her and she didn't like that very much. It's your turn at this point. She, like, last thing that happened was like she lunged at you and you like evaded her. What happens
All right.
now?
I mean, I didn't attempt. I did steal from her.
True,
I took
true.
her. I tried googling it, but I couldn't find the name.
I'm sure it has a name. I know what you're referring to, like the
Yeah,
neck thingy.
the fancy cloth neckwear thing.
That Benjamin compelled you to steal, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that, Thompshire. But yeah, so is there like another one of the guards is also in the room, or just
Yeah.
three of us?
There is one, but he's currently like guarding the door.
All right.
I mean, he sees what's happening, but he hasn't intervened yet.
All right. I would like to approach Elswith's brother, Morobi, right?
Merovia.
Morobi. And I would like to put a gun to his head. He's tied down, right?
Correct.
To a chair.
Correct.
All right. Can I do that?
Of course you can. Well, just for... You will probably succeed, but just for fairness sake, give me a quick and I'll oppose with Elswith's quick to see if she stops you, okay? Before you do that.
5.
Apparently she does stop you.
God damn it! I used my birthday inspiration.
Already, okay, we're off to a
Yeah.
great start. Okay, I will not spend fate points on it because I'm curious where where this one goes. Okay, you put a gun to Morovi's head.
I say, whoa! Let's handle this like civilized people. All right, we don't need to make a mess.
What makes you think I care about him? Morovi looks terrified.
Well, he's your brother, right? Siblings care for each other. I wouldn't know. I don't have any.
Of course. She takes a step in your direction.
Whoa!
She's calling your bluff at this point.
What makes you think that I won't shoot him?
What makes you think I care?
Well,
Feel free
otherwise
to,
he would be dead.
Feel free to roll me a careful.
2.
You don't know if she's bluffing.
I know that she is.
Well, with that roll, you
Well,
don't know specifically.
I assume that she is
You can.
bluffing.
You're just not entirely sure.
All right. Well, shit. I thought this would work. Well, I guess this is one of those rare situations where being honest is actually a good thing. So I shouldn't really be telling you this. This wasn't the plan, but we don't really care about you. I just came here for Benjamin's uncle. I didn't even know that you were a part of this whole band club.
And
thing.
yet you keep stumbling in at the wrong place at the wrong time. And she like nudges a finger towards Morovi to like prove the point.
Well, I think I'm in the right place at the right time, because this whole place, this whole block, is surrounded by SI7 agents. I'm just a bait.
Give me a
And
sneaky.
I would like to use my deceiver stunt,
Okay.
right?
You use your deceiver stunt. She believes that. Okay.
You know, a bunch of snipers and archers. You lost already.
You're lying. She takes another step towards you, but you can clearly tell that she's just like testing you. She genuinely believes you, but she's like testing you. Like, there just one more push and like, yeah, she'll crumble at this point.
Lying? Alright. Are you sure you want to take that chance?
So how does this end, Captain Bladebeard?
Well, that's up to you. If you cooperate, I bet King will probably, I don't know, let you go. You're noble, right? You're his second cousin-in-law, whatever.
You say that as if that matters.
I don't know how things work in your family. But yeah, if you don't comply with me, you and your brother will be dead.
Why him too? He's got nothing to do with this.
He does. He
I really
insulted
don't.
me.
I really don't. I really don't, says Morovi.
He was very mean and arrogant to me when
Being
we
mean is
came
not
to
a crime.
Stormwind.
Being mean is not a crime, says Xal'atath.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter what's a crime to me. I can just tell the agents that you attacked me first. I was just defending myself, and I had to kill you.
And that's why he's tied to a chair.
I'm sure that you really want your brother dead, right? Is that what's going on
Give me
here?
a careful. You see, like, hesitation when you say that. And you, like, she's still trying to bluff, but you clearly tell that, yeah, she would very much like to keep her brother alive.
Come on. I made a living out of reading people's faces. And I can tell you're out of aces. So how about you just sit your ass down and comply with what I say, and maybe you both will live.
Morovia will, like, share a terrified glance between you and, like, Elswith. As for Elswith, you've clearly, like, unsettled her a little bit.
Can I compel her? The world is crumbling around her.
Sure, and
And say that she needs to sit down.
Sure, and
and-
I will accept that compel.
Great.
But go ahead if there is anything else.
She'll, I don't know, throw down her dagger. Right? That's her weapon. And sit down and, be a good hostage.
As far as you know, that's her weapon, but sure, she will do so.
I'll pull out my second gun, because I have two. I stole one from Cleopatra. I'm gonna put it to her head as well.
I will say that you're a bit, like, maybe a meter or, well, probably more like 2 meters away from her, if that makes sense. Because if you try to walk in closer, she might attempt something.
Then I'm just going to.
Like, you can still point your gun at her, but, like, it won't be, like, centimeters apart, if that makes sense. Is that right?
Yeah. I really want my gun really close to her. If she tries something, yeah, I'll approach her, but I'm still going to be pointing the other gun towards Maurice.
Sure. You do approach her. How close are you getting?
Very, very close.
She will attempt to kick the arm with the, like, gun that's pointing at Morovia.
But I compelled her.
Yeah, you compelled her to sit down and throw down her weapon.
But she's scared.
She is, but she's desperate. Now, let's review a little bit. Maybe I misunderstood. What was your compel exactly? Like, the exact wording? Because maybe I misinterpreted you.
I don't know, maybe it's too much. I want her to basically do whatever Bladebeard says, to be a hostage.
That is a bit much.
Yeah. All right.
I can give you her sitting down and throwing down her weapon, but I can't give you, like, her complying entirely.
Yeah. That's basically like her losing the combat.
So
I get it.
So, do you still compel her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, sure. So do you still, like, approach her, trying to aim the gun at her close by?
Well, sure. I mean, I said that I would.
Okay. Then again, she will attempt to, like, kick the hand that's, like, holding the pistol towards Morovi, and in doing so also like move out of the way of the pistol aiming at her. So she will do a quick thingy. How do you pose? This isn't an attack, this is just like a narrative thing.
I'll try to I have two ideas. One is, yeah, I'll go with that. I try to shoot him before she manages to kick my gun.
Then give me either a quick or a forceful, please.
I guess quick.
Sure.
I'm trying to be quicker than her. Also, that's better for me. Oh.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Would you like me to treat Morovi, would you like me to treat this as like an attack against Morovi and go with fate accelerated rules on damage, etc.? Or would you like just to like roll a d20 to see how much damage you do to him? With like more skewed in your favor because you did one up Elswith by a lot.
I thought that he would just die, but alright.
Well, he can. Basically, like, if we go with the d20 route, anything above a 15 will be him dying. If we go with the fate accelerated damage model, how much damage can someone take? 12 plus 6... 18 damage. We'll see how well Morovi does on his defense if we go the fate accelerated thing. I leave it up to you.
Let's try a d20 thing.
Would you like to roll, or would you like me to roll?
Yeah, I'll roll. And see me roll one.
You're... Okay.
4.
Would you like to hit him in the arm or the leg?
Arm.
So you shoot him in the leg then. Okay. Okay. You shoot him in the leg and he screams out in pain. Would you like to treat this as your turn? Because now Elswith will definitely fight you.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
I mean, is there anything more that I can do? Not really.
I suppose not. Okay, she will try to punch you in the face.
I'll try to dodge.
Give me a quick, please. You take 1 point of damage. How do you take said point of damage?
Sure, 1 stress.
Okay, will do. Thank you, DoomGoblin. Meanwhile, as this is happening, Thompshire and Zelris, are you guys with us?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last we left off with Benjamin and Lyri. You guys, while you were flying on the Griffin towards East Vale, you managed to outmaneuver Stormwind's Griffin riders. You're in the clear, and you're currently riding towards East Vale. Lyri, you were losing consciousness the last time we visited you because of your overuse of magic. Now, I leave it entirely up to you if you actually lose consciousness or not. But what happened last time was Benjamin had to tie you with a rope to keep you from falling off the Griffin. So, what's going on with you guys at the moment while you're riding this Griffin, which will probably be like an hour or two flight? Probably closer to 2, but yeah.
So is Lyri conscious or unconscious?
No, she's not conscious.
Okay. Then I don't think I would do or say anything in particular. Just making sure she doesn't fall.
Because of your rolls last time, she will not fall. So at least there's that. While this is going, while you're flying, Isla will yell to the back, Ephemeral, right back there. Your friend's feeling kinda limp.
Yeah, I think she lost consciousness, but I don't think she'll fall anymore.
You sure you can keep her steady? I'll try to fly more cautious-like, but...
Yeah, it should be fine, I think. At least for now.
Alright. You're lost if something happens, not my fault.
Well, you're already doing us favor enough.
So, what was all that about? What's all this about, rather?
Well, it's just a very long story, but to keep it very short, my father's in danger, and I need to get there to do something about that.
Right, I gathered that, and Bladebeard told me that when we were in Stormwind. Was it Bladebeard or was it Benjamin? I'm sure someone told her. But anyway, she'll say, but like, from what specifically? Is there like a band of orcs? Gnolls? Not much else in East Vale.
Well, humans no less. Fell-powered ones, probably.
Did you just say fell?
Yeah.
What on earth are you dragging me into? I mean, I won't abandon you, but I just really like to fucking know.
Well, I, of course, won't ask you to stay. Just leaving us there is well enough.
At this point, I'm far too involved to just go back all happy-go-lucky like. Plus, if there's demons about, you'll bet your ass I'm gonna fight them.
Well, I'm not sure about demons unless you consider fell-powered humans demons.
You see her shrug and says, "I don't know the difference, lads. To be perfectly honest."
Well, I'm going to fight them anyways, demon or not.
So is this like a cabal of warlocks or something? Stormwind was abuzz with like news of a cabal of warlocks conspiring or something.
Well, not the public warlocks. It's more like an underground conspiracy that doesn't really have anything to do with the regular warlocks per se.
Sounds spooky.
Very.
So, what's the plan when we get there?
Well, hopefully we'd get there before they do, but honestly, I'm not sure. And if they're already there, they're certainly expecting me already.
Well, okay, we land at East Vale. What happens then? You go to your da, and what do I do? Do I come with old Martha over here, and she like pets the griffin, or do I stay put? What do you want me to do?
Well, first off, it's probably better we land in the outskirts, so we have some planning room. But then, I think the best route would be to split up in case there's some sort of ambush or a hostage situation or anything of the sort, so that we don't all get stuck and without options.
You probably have a good point. Should I do something? Should I stay behind as an escape emergency option? What do you want me to do?
Well, that kind of all depends how Lyri is feeling till we get there, but I don't see her condition really getting much better.
Well, if worse comes to worse, I may have something for her condition. She won't like it though.
Well, there's not really much choice at this point. We can't really leave her just unconscious in a potentially very dangerous situation.
Alright. Your fucking funeral. And she won't ask any more questions. Well, actually she will, but not immediately. So do you talk about something?
Not particularly, no.
Zelris, how's Lyri feeling? What's up with Lyri?
I don't really know what else there's to say. She's kind of just unconscious and feeling very, very sick.
Okay. So she is momentarily at least knocked out.
Yeah.
Okay. Duly noted. Shall we go and check what's going on with Buhd?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. But last time we visited you, like the sort of scene we ended with, you were returning with Stormwind Keep with the 2 royal guards and John. You were unsuccessful in your attempt to stop Benjamin and Lyri. To your knowledge, Bladebeard's also with them, because like the only thing you saw was like a red-haired dwarf guiding the griffin, which you probably assume is Bladebeard. But I leave it up to you if you make that assumption or not. The guards believe that it's Bladebeard, but it's up to you if you assume that or not. So you were heading back towards Stormwind Keep with your companions. You are, if you would look at the map where the Night Elf soldier person would be, like you're at the border of the old town of the canals. Make sense?
Okay.
And from like the other side of the canals, from the cathedral district, we'll say like probably after you pass the like prison thing that would be blocking your view otherwise, you see a small gnome yelling something in your general direction.
What does gnome want?
John will say, "Oh no," and give me a careful. It will not be difficult. You hear the gnome say, "Husband, friend, stop right there." She does not add criminal scum. John says, we should go.
Okay.
The gnome will begin like, she'll try to get to you by like crossing into the dwarven district and then intersecting with you like where the dwarven district meets Stormwind Keep. So yeah, she starts running. What do you do?
I think Buhd just continues the walk. He's confused, but he doesn't really see her that much as a threat or a concern right now.
We really should get going. The captain sort of married her last night, and she let's say they're already filing for divorce and leave it at that.
This probably happened before, I think.
Yeah, remember that one time in Gadgetsan? Yeah, so same situation. We should probably keep going and faster.
Oh, why you do this?
You're still accompanied by 2 guards, by the way, who just like share confused looks at each other.
Yeah, we should go. I agree.
Is she dangerous? Is she relevant to our current situation?
I think she's just mad lover.
Right. Do you think she might know something about, where they could have gone?
Who do you think, John?
He's furiously shaking his head no.
No.
Alright, then let's keep going. And you, I presume, would continue walking towards Stormwind Keep, correct?
Yeah.
What's going on through Bud's mind at the moment? What's like his goals, etc.?
Well, he's not really sure what's going on with Benjamin or Bladebeard or Lyri, and he's been kind of on his own a lot lately, so it's not like he's not used to that. he still very much wants to free his people. That's been his goal from day one, since he met them, I guess. So I guess it's back to business with that, unless the king wants him to do something else, which Buhd seems to be okay with for the moment, but he's, hopefully it doesn't become like a constant arrangement of different duties until then. Like, he doesn't want to like keep doing stuff that he doesn't think is involved with his people.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I genuinely forgot what I was going to say. I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh yeah, the king did say like you sort of won the trial against Lady Whitley, and like tomorrow, currently it's like closing to nighttime. The king promised that tomorrow they will go with you to like where the ogres are at to like see what's going on, free them if necessary, etc., etc.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right with Buhd. So I guess it's gonna be back to vegging out for him in some degree.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing. As you continue on your way to Stormwind Keep, again the gnome furiously runs across the cathedral and the dwarven district, and if you like look to your left as you're walking, you clearly see her running and yelling at you guys to stop, and I'm presuming you guys are ignoring her.
Yeah, but Buhd kind of has an idea of the situation from what John described it as.
Mm-hmm. And as you're like looking forward, marching along, she says, "Friend of Bladebeard, stop there!" And you hear another familiar voice say, "Friend of Bladebeard," you say. And as you turn to look in that direction, let me put that gentle person on the screen once I find their token. Give me a hot second. My bad. There he is. Everyone's favorite Pandaren.
Oh, you again.
He is sort of in the dwarven district. Like, the gnome like runs by him and yells this stuff about Bladebeard. And he like loudly proclaims, "Oh, Bladebeard, you say," and he looks straight at your group's direction.
Oh, that's probably not good.
"Do you know him?" says John.
It's been a little bit, but I remember him a little bit.
"Yes, you do." And the Pandaren also starts marching in your group's direction. The gnome will get there first.
Oh boy.
Okay. So as you guys reach the proximity of Stormwind Keep, the gnome like jumps in front of you and like jumps at John specifically and says, "You, where Bladebeard? Where husband?" And John's like looking at you, Buhd, for like help me eyes, panicked eyes.
He leaves city on Griffin.
"What? You lie. Where husband?"
Well, that's where I saw him. He leave with my friends on Griffin. He gone.
"Step aside, citizen. You're interfering with an official investigation," says one of the guards. And she says, "No, you step aside." And she will like she'll like lift up a hand and well, basically what she's doing, she's basically casting Entangling Roots, let's say. How do you oppose that?
How would Buhd oppose a spell like that?
She's not strong, so you probably will be able to, but narratively and with a roll, how do you oppose that?
I guess Buhd would try to roll to the side.
Okay, that sounds like a quick to me.
I guess he would realize that she's casting a spell by her hand gestures.
Give me a quick. Okay. Teeironor overcome means you succeed, Buhd, but something negative happens.
All right.
Are we going with this? Are you going to spend fate points? I leave it up to you. Also, let me go for the other NPCs while this is happening.
I'll keep it. This seems interesting.
The NPCs don't get caught. Okay. The negative thing. You move to the side too much and you fall into the canals. How do you think about that? What do you think about that?
I think that's fair. Buhd doesn't really know the city that well.
Sure. And again, think of the canals like, say, the medieval canals of Venice. It's basically where everyone dumps their sewage.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, you trip and fall into the canals, and you see... Oh, what do you do after you do that, let's say?
I think Buhd would want to get out of there as soon as possible.
You see like the two guards like apprehending the gnome who basically just like attacked officers of the law. John's just like sitting there trying to keep his distance, and the Pandaren sort of interposes himself like where you would try to come to like leave the canals.
So I guess when Buhd finally gets out of there,
Well,
he's got to meet up with...
not yet allowing you to get up, basically. Make sense?
Oh, okay.
Where is Bladebeard? We have unfinished business.
Well, as I just said to Gnome Crazy Lady, he go on Griffin with friends. Buhd was sent on an important mission by King to get him, and he fly off.
I'm going to roll a d20 to see if he believes you. Well, actually a d2. 1 is he believes you, 2 is he doesn't. And where would they have gone? He believes you.
Well, Benjamin talking about how things not going well with family, and he go to rescue family member. So they probably doing that.
I see. He extends a hand to like help you get out of the canals.
Buhd will accept help, I guess.
And he pulls you up. He's surprisingly strong, given the like size difference. And he says, "God, you smell awful, more than usual."
Yeah, humans need to wash their water.
Well, I appreciate your assistance, friend Buhd. And he like bows to you.
Buhd imitates that while kind of trying to dry himself off of the gross water.
Before I go, are you still friends with good old Captain Bladebeard?
Well, we're kind of iffy a lot. Sometimes we're friends, sometimes we're not friends, but we all right, I guess.
Would you be sad if something happened to him?
Well, yeah, I've known him for a while.
I see. He'll try to stab you.
Oh, that's fun. Alright, Buhd, I guess we'll try to parry it with his cannon.
Give me a forceful. You successfully do so. As we have like another thing of combat. It's your turn.
Buhd, realizing that this guy isn't the nicest dude after all, will move to slam his cannon against the Pandaran's chest, since he's attacked him.
Give me a forceful, please. Okay, you slam him with your cannon, and he like reels back. And at this point, like the other guards see what's happening and will move to assist you. I think, he's definitely like outgunned at this point, so he will try to concede the fight. Skoll. This is probably the fastest concede ever, but still. Skoll. If you remember, a concession means like you like win, basically. You get to dictate what happens. But he gets a little bit of leeway too, because you didn't like beat him entirely. So what would you like your victory to be, which isn't like a complete victory thingy?
We'll call it bested by an ogre.
Well, it's not a consequence. It's
Oh.
like we're deciding what happens in terms of the story at this point. You've beaten him. Well, he conceded. You don't get to like kill him or anything like that.
Right.
But something negative will happen to him because you defeated him. What is that negative thing?
I think him getting arrested by the Stormwind Guard makes sense.
Okay, I would agree. Sure thing. Yeah. I think what will happen is, seeing the other guards close in, he'll like drop his weapons and he'll like smirk at you as he's arrested by the guards. The guards will like probably wait for a couple more minutes for like regular guards to show up, because these are royal guards. And when the regular guards show up, they will pass Seema along to be taken to the stockades again. But
Well, that was fun.
while that happens in those couple of minutes, do you do or say anything to Seema while you guys wait for other guards to pick him up?
Yeah, I'd say he would actually interact with him, because they didn't get really much of a word in. Why you go and attack Buhd like that? That's dumb.
Perhaps. I was hoping for a quicker job, to be honest. Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not friends with Captain Bladebeard. In fact, I would rather see him dead.
Yeah, they're a line. Buhd is very used to that.
I'd like to ask you not to intervene the next time we meet. Well, when I meet Captain Bladebeard.
Well, that depend, because sometimes Buhd need Bladebeard and Bladebeard need Buhd.
Right, presuming that the end of the world isn't going to happen again, can I count on you turning a blind eye?
Well, Buhd has both good working eyes, but,
He blinks at you.
yeah, Buhd did not understand that one. He, I don't think he's, been asked to do this in a while.
Mm-hmm. Then he'll sigh and say, can I count on you to not assist Bladebeard?
Probably not, but Buhd is really good at assisting.
Well, I appreciate your honesty regardless. And I will take appropriate measures.
Well, I would do that too.
He smiles at you.
Buhd kind of just awkwardly smiles back. He's not really sure what's going on, aside from the fact that this guy tried to gut Buhd. But, yeah, no, he I don't think Buhd, is, gonna take this guy's, word at all. Or rather is, what he wants out of Buhd, really.
Yeah, definitely. None of the other player characters were there when like Bladebeard basically robbed this guy, more or less. So you definitely would not know like the source of their enmity and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, but Buhd though is probably used to Bladebeard creating his own enemies at this point, so it's not like Buhd doesn't understand, but you know, he still considers Bladebeard his friend, so
Yeah, definitely. Anything else before he gets taken away? Well, the gnome will also be taken away, so you also have like a chance to interact with her, I guess.
You need to find someone better for you, lady. He not worth it.
I agree, but we fated. We married.
Well, undo that. I don't know. Marriage never really work out for Buhd, so don't know details on that.
She looks sad and says, but Bladebeard give dowry, and if annul have to negotiate on dowry.
Well, I don't know what a dowry is, but
Bladebeard paid something to her, I guess, says John. Or her family, I guess.
he give them money. He give them gold.
John shrugs.
Oh, he must have been really hammered. He only do that when he's really, really drunk.
I genuinely don't know. I wasn't there for that part. Bladebeard decided to, well, hang me upside down as a gift to her, so that's fun.
Wow. Very, very kind of glad that I was in ogre prison, but well, that also was pretty bad, but at least I didn't have to do any of that. But yeah, no, you need to find someone better, and well, I don't know about any dowries, but yeah, no, it you find a good place.
There's no place better for me. Bladebeard was the one.
A lot of ladies say that, and then they find out who Bladebeard is. I think you just move on, and you be happier.
She looks very, very sad. And John says, my friend's right. You really don't want to stick with Bladebeard.
Yeah, I used to be his first mate. Now I'm my own captain, and I've been doing pretty good.
But what do we tell Mother and Bladebeard's mother?
Well, tell them the truth, that it just didn't work out, and you find new man or woman, but no judge.
You God's new man?
What?
You my new man?
No, you should find somebody else. I'm far too big, and no.
You big and strong. You stronger than Bladebeard, probably.
Oh yeah, I am, but no, you should find somebody else who's not Buhd.
But you cute and strong and big.
Oh, they're very nice. Not many people call Buhd that.
John's like shaking his head no at you, like saying, and like he's whispering, "Try to get rid of her for your own good."
But Buhd already have a lady.
And I already have man. So what issue?
Well, the lady only wants one lady and one man, not two ladies.
And I sure Bladebeard also only want me to have him. But fuck Bladebeard.
Well, that's a good attitude, but no, you don't want Buhd. Buhd is very smelly and has big cannon.
her eyes like light up. And she says, then decided after I get out of prison, I find you and we marry. Yes?
What? No, I said no.
She suddenly looks like very excited and says, have to tell Papa. Can you go tell Papa while I'm in prison?
I don't know who that is.
He, like me, he have goat and he got, yes.
Goat man. Okay. I keep eye out for Goat man.
She looks very, very happy.
Bud looks very confused.
John's face palming, and in the meantime, guards will show up to take the two of them away. And she will yell, "By new husband, you better be better than old husband."
What just happened, John?
I think we should get away from Stormwind first chance we get.
Oh, I agree on that. This place is crazy.
John sighs.
But Mrs. Booty Bay and Gadgetsen made more sense.
I agree, bud, I agree. And the royal guards will come up. Alright, let's get going then.
Okie dokie.
Meanwhile, back to the initiative order. Benjamin and Lyri, are you guys with us?
Yep.
You're continuing on your flight. Any interaction, anything like that while that happens? Also a question, have either of you ever flown on a griffin before? Or not necessarily on a griffin, but like on anything before?
I'd say Benjamin has, yeah.
Okay. Lyri?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's less relevant because you are not in control of your actions at the moment. During the flight, unless like you do anything else, the dwarf lady will ask, well, again to the back. So, how do you know Bladebeard?
Well, we kinda met in Booty Bay at an auction.
Why am I not
before.
surprised?
Well, let's just say things happened, and we stuck together ever since, I guess.
Story of my fucking life, ain't it?
Well, if it's not prying too much, what's your deal with Bladebeard?
Oh, I used to fuck him. And he used to fuck me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it. Well, above average. But he's a real fucking scumbag. Not worth it at all. Take it from me, don't ever fuck Bladebeard no matter what he fucking brags about.
Okay.
He also has the weirdest fucking habits. Do you know that he has a birthmark on his buttock? It's fucking gross, ain't it?
Well, I can't say I'm glad I know now.
And the hair that grows on his chest. He has a little blank spot right where his right nipple is. It's freaky as fuck.
At this point, Benjamin just stopped replying.
She will continue to rattle off the various things that she dislikes about Bladebeard in bed. Including Patreon information, I guess.
Right. I can see you're definitely very passionate about Bladebeard.
Oh, well. I guess he must have talked about me sometimes, right?
No. He's sort of closed off about his personal life, let's say.
Right. So, what's he been up to?
We kind of stopped the demonic invasion together. Handled a witch that was part of his crew and betrayed him and such, and yeah, pretty unbelievable stuff in general.
Oh, right. And don't tell me you got to ride on a fucking dragon and, I don't know, you summoned a fucking hurricane or something.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure how you'll guess that, but yeah.
Oh, I'm used to Bladebeard's fucking tall tales. You know, he says bullshit like that to every fucking one he wants to fuck.
Well, that sounds like Bladebeard.
I. You know, the one time she will start again rattling off NSFW information. But in a good way this time.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fucking fun. But, well, if you now you know if he ever says something about a squirrel, you'll know to back the fuck away, because I don't know if you can handle it, to be honest.
Right. Okay.
How's the last doing?
How's Lyri doing?
Yeah, she said the last, presumably.
yeah,
Lyri.
but I'm asking Zelris.
Oh, I mean, we can roll on it if you wanna.
Sure, I don't mind. Would you like to roll, say a d20?
Yeah, sure.
Would you like to roll, or would you like me to roll for you?
You can roll it.
Okay. I don't know why the minus is there, but with a 5, you're not 100% unconscious. Like, maybe you can have like quick bursts of consciousness where you hear like weird stuff about Bladebeard's intimate parts, and you probably willingly go back to sleep.
Wonderful.
To Benjamin, it doesn't seem that she's better. Well, maybe she's not like as limp as before, but she's definitely not like there, if that makes sense.
Well, still out, but still stable for now.
Well, do you have like, I don't know, healer friend that we can, well, again, I do have something for it, but you won't like it.
Well, I'm sure she's had worse.
Alright. I'm gonna need your help though when we land.
Sure, I'll help, but can I know what it is beforehand?
Oh, it's booze. Really fucking strong booze that might literally light your throat on fire if you're not careful. That's why I need your help.
Huh. Well, I somehow thought it would be something worse, so yeah, sure.
Oh, it's she definitely won't like it. So I really gonna need your help.
Well, alright then.
Do you would want to talk about anything else, or should we move to the guy you've been talking about this time?
I guess we can move.
Okay. Are you with us, DoomGoblin?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope I didn't paint a too much of an unflattering picture of Bladebeard, I guess.
No. It's fine. Weird, but fine.
Sure thing.
Yeah, but as everyone is talking about me, I'm dying.
Not yet. It's your
Not
turn.
yet.
It is
Oh
your
yeah,
turn.
my turn. So I basically wasted my first turn. I tried to be smart, but that's not the Bladebeard way. So she punched me, right?
She did.
Let's say the moment she punches him, he like instinctually fires the other gun that was pointed at her.
Okay. Are you doing this as an attack against her?
Yeah.
Then give me, I guess, a quick. You graze her and deal 2 damage to her.
Great.
She will yell out in pain, and she will throw a frostbolt at you with her offhand. How do you defend yourself?
Wait, but that's magic.
Yes, it is.
But she's a rogue.
I never said she's a rogue.
I assumed.
She used frostbolts when she was fighting Benjamin and Lyri.
Oh, really? I don't pay attention to what other players do.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So now you get why I did not mind when you asked her to throw her dagger away.
I completely forgot. She's a wizard. All right, I'll try to duck.
Okay, give me a quick. You successfully duck. Okay. Do you do something like RP wise before we move back to Benjamin and Lyri following the initiative order?
Sure. I'll say like, do you really want to die for a fancy neckwear?
I would ask you the same thing, Captain Bladebeard.
Well, like I told you, even if I die, you're surrounded.
But at
You lost.
at the very least, you'll die. I'll make sure of that.
Well, I'm not convinced yet. You seem to be losing.
She continues with her hostile stance. Okay. Benjamin and Lyri, going back to you guys. Benjamin, you begin to see in the distance, like the clearing that signifies Eastvale logging camp, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Zelris, can well, actually, do you want me to roll another d20 to see how you're doing?
Sure.
Okay. You begin to wake up, but you're a little bit groggy.
Okay. How is she on the griffin again?
You're between the dwarf lady and Benjamin in the middle, and you're tied up with rope that Benjamin's holding. You're tied up like in a very NSFW way, because that's the only way Benjamin knows how to keep
Oh
it up.
yeah, I forgot about that. She'll kind of just stare off into the distance absent-mindedly because she's not there yet. She hasn't really realized where she is or what's happening.
Benjamin, you feel like that Lyri's no longer like limp, let's say.
Rise and shine.
Oh, is she awake?
I think so. Somewhat.
Oh, great, great. It means I no longer have to waste Curdran's finest on her.
Miriam starts to kind of look around and
It's nighttime. You're like top Elwyn Forest, which is, I don't know if you would recognize a wind force, especially not like,
Oh, definitely not.
yeah. You realize like Benjamin's behind you, and the dwarf lady that maybe you recognize is in front of you. You have like scattered memories of like someone talking about Bladebeard's intimate parts. However, that's come into your mind. Yeah.
Ugh, I had the weirdest dream. Mary kind of Did she notice that she's tied up?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably uncomfortable at this point.
Okay. Does she have like the freedom to like move her arms or anything, or is she just like?
Benjamin, you tell me, Thompshire.
Yeah, I just followed the rules by the book. I don't know.
Probably not then. I don't know.
We can roll dice if you want.
Nah, I'll just have it so she can't move her arms around.
Okay, duly noted. Again, Benjamin and Lyri, you guys are like approaching the logging camp in the distance, and the dwarf lady will say, "So you want me to set down a ways away, aye?"
Yeah, that should be probably safer.
In the forest or by the lake?
Probably by the forest we should have more cover.
Alright, as you say, and she will begin her descent. And like after like less than a minute, you guys will settle down onto the ground. She'll say, "Well, get up and help her get off."
Right. Just give me a moment to figure this out. And he's just trying to figure out how to untie it because he just remembers how to tie it.
Oh no.
Give me a careful roll, difficulty 4, let's say. Zelris, would you be assisting Benjamin?
No, she's too tired and too confused.
Benjamin, with that roll, you'll need more time to untie her. You can probably do it, but you'll need time.
Why?
Yeah, sure.
Why am I tied like this?
Well, you were about to fall to your death, lass.
Oh.
Alright, get off. And she'll like jump off the griffin and like try to push you two off the griffin.
I guess Lyri falls then.
Benjamin?
I guess I jumped out.
Okay. Do you try to catch Lyri?
If I can, yeah.
Give me a quick roll, difficulty 4, let's say. You do catch her. So you do catch her. Yeah, and the griffin lady like moves to the griffin's front and like starts petting the griffin and whispers like encouragement to her, like, "You did such a good job, blah 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 blah," momentarily leaving you two alone.
I guess I keep untying her.
Give me another careful.
Oh, wonderful.
You think you tied one of the knots back, but you think you know how to untie it.
Okay.
Are we here? Benjamin?
Yeah, we just landed a bit off the spot to get our bearings.
Okay. Do I have any weapons?
Above board, yes, but in character, I don't know if you know.
You tell me.
I can't right now.
Right, sorry. Yeah.
Can you give me another careful, Benjamin? Okay, you now start making definite progress. You're not finished, but you definitely like start untying her. Would you like, say, to maybe, I don't know, untie one of her Lyri's arms first, or are you like focusing more on like the body area?
I guess I'll go for the arms first, so she can move them around.
Lyri, you have your arms free, but like your legs and body are still tied up.
Okay. Lyri will, I guess, just like touch the grass. I don't know.
Sure. At this point, the dwarf lady will come to you guys and she'll notice you guys fumbling and say, "What's taking you so long?"
Well, I might have tied this a bit better than I expected.
Oh, for fuck's... She pulls out a knife. All right, let me get to it. I'm going to roll. The dwarf lady's careful. Once I find it, unless you guys want to like stop her from using the knife.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was just expecting to keep the rope, but I guess it's fine if I don't.
Sure. I think that's a sufficient roll. She starts untying you, Lyri, and she says, "Ugh." She like looks at you, Benjamin, and as she like notices the way Lyri was tied up, and she says, "Are you some kind of pervert, lad?"
No. Oh, him?
Either one, I guess. I guess it doesn't really matter. But just for reference's sake, that's not the way you tie the breast, lad. You have to let it looser. It hurts.
I'm kind of just looking at the ground at this point.
You know he's like my like relative, right?
I don't judge, and I frankly would rather have not known that. But your business is your own.
Okay. Lyri kind of looks at the ground as well.
You are free at this point.
I am upset at this point.
Well then, what's next?
Well, you tell me. You're the one with the plan. Well, you two know what's going on. I guess.
Well then,
Lyri,
how are you?
Lyri checks her bag to see what she has.
You immediately spot the two bombs. Would you have requested any like special armaments from like the Silvermane people other than like your daggers back?
I think it was just the daggers.
Then the daggers, the two bombs.
Don't we still have darts?
I still have a dart. You don't.
Yeah, Lyri has
Didn't
one.
we get 3 each? I think I only used one.
Benjamin only used one. I don't remember the number, but I'm willing to grant you... Well, I'm willing to grant Lyri free. Benjamin, you lost your inventory, if you remember.
Oh, right, yeah. Forgot about that.
So, Lyri, you also have a blowgun with 3 darts.
Okay. I think we have enough things in here. I also have my little ceramic shard from the toilet.
Mm-hmm. Do you... the dwarf lady will try to peek at your bag. Do you allow her?
No, I don't.
Sorry. Privacy, I know, sorry.
Well, are you feeling well enough to potentially have to fight?
I don't know. We'll see. I don't really have another choice.
Apparently there's some liquid courage if you need that.
I'd rather not use it, but there is, if you want.
Oh, you mean alcohol? No.
Suit yourself, I guess.
Okay.
Well then, so here's the plan. Maybe I should just try to nonchalantly just go in and see what comes for me, while you, Lyri, try to keep to the shadows and maybe help me if I get into a bit of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Then he turns his head to the dwarf lady and just says, well, it's probably safer if you just stay here in case we need a quick getaway, but maybe we should
Oh, fuck safer. If there's demons about, I want to help. But you know the area better than me, so I'll defer to your judgment.
well, if
Just don't assume I'm some kind of pansy.
if we insist, at least leave your griffin in a safe place so we can still get out if the worst happens.
Alright. Do any of you speak Dwarven?
No.
Does Lyri speak Dwarven?
No.
She says something in Dwarven to the griffin and like gives it a pat on the back, and the griffin flies off.
Well, since you'll fight, I think you should maybe go with Lyri and keep an eye out for any suspicious people or any bigger situations.
Are you sure?
Well, what do you suggest?
Well, I don't want to be responsible for leaving this person behind.
Above board, would you like to know Isla's stats, which might inform your decision?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Her sneaky is gonna be horrible.
She has a careful of 3, a clever of 4, flashy of 4, forceful of 6, quick of 4, and a sneaky of 2.
Ooh, okay, that's worrying.
Yeah.
Well, then perhaps you'll be our muscle and we maybe discuss some sort of signal if we need your help.
I'm perfectly fine with being a muscle, but I don't see any demons to muscle, at least not right now.
Well, that's if there's a need to, we could always call on you.
Aye, fine. So do you want me to hang like real far back? Do you want me to hang with Miss Unconscious Lady? What do you want me to do?
Hang real far back. We can have a big green flare if we need help. Right? Wait, Benjamin?
Right?
Aye, fine.
I guess that works.
Well, maybe not green because everything around here is green, but you'll figure it out. A flare's a flare.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, well, off you go then, and I'll keep watch as best I can.
Okay.
Well then, is that everything settled then?
Mm-hmm.
You tell me. So, is everything settled then?
Everything's settled then.
Everything is settled then. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, you move towards the Eastville logging camp, which, like, similar to like its in-game thing, it's only like a couple of houses here and there because it's like a logging camp.
Sorry, my internet died for a moment. Could you go back like 20 seconds?
I asked, like, to confirm, are you guys all set?
He's not in BC anymore. His internet died instantly. Yeah, okay, he's back.
Can you hear us, Thompshire?
Yes, I can, yes.
So, I just asked, is everything indeed set?
That's what I was asking before my internet died.
Zelris said it's set. The dwarf said, I don't know, is it set? You decide. You're the deciding vote.
I guess it is then.
And the last thing the dwarf said was, alright, off you go then. Do you proceed to go?
Yeah, right then. Let's move out.
Okay. You make your way to the Eastville logging camp. As I was saying, think of it as fairly close to like its in-game size because it's a logging camp. It's not like a town. There's only like a couple of houses here and there. Benjamin, you would be able to like spot your father's house from a distance, or well, what you remember to be your father's house. Currently, you're sort of on the outskirts of the camp. What's the plan now? Like more directly, let's say.
Well, we should split off here. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know where to look?
Well, for now, I think you should just keep to the shadows and keep an eye on me in case I am, well, jumped or need any sort of help.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go out looking, you might be the one that gets stuck.
Yeah, that sounds good. Lyri will split off from Benjamin and kind of... Are there like... What kind of environment is that? Like, what can I hide behind?
Plenty of stuff. You can hide behind a tree, shrubbery. You can try to hide behind buildings, logs, because this is a logging camp. You don't see like people around. You hear like activity from like whatchamacallit, the tavern of the area, let's say. And you see like some of the houses have like the lights turned on because it's nighttime. Benjamin, your father's house does have the lights turned on, so your father presumably is at home.
What time would it be?
11 p.m., let's say, something like that.
Oh, okay. Prime time for an ambush.
Shrug.
Then as soon as we split off, I guess I just normally walk towards the house.
And Lyri, you're like hiding somewhere and keeping watch, correct?
Yeah, I'll trail him and shadow him to make sure he's okay.
Can you give me a sneaky?
12? Wait, 11.
Okay, you're definitely hidden. With that roll, would you also like to gain an advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any names in mind for your advantage?
I'll just call it Shadowing Benjamin.
Duly noted. I'll write that down. I'll say you don't have to like shadow him for long because this isn't a big place. You'll be able to see Benjamin if that's what he does, go into his family's house, etc., etc. Okay, Benjamin, what do you do?
I guess I keep walking.
Are you like say in the open? Are you trying to remain hidden?
I'm trying to seem relatively regular, I guess.
Okay. Okay. And you head to your father's house, correct?
Yep.
You will not be interrupted. Do you knock on the door? Do you...
I guess first I try to peek inside through a window or something.
If you will peek inside, you will see more or less your family's house as you remember it, minus a certain someone. And you see your father, who is apparently eating dinner at this point. He looks more worn than you remember him. More like, what's the word? He looks older, let's say.
Okay. Then I guess I'll just go ahead and knock on the door.
You hear your father's voice from the inside and says, "Michael, I told you I'll give you the money tomorrow when we get paid."
It's me, Dad.
You hear silence. Well, like you hear silence from him, but you do hear him like stand up and walk to open the door, and let me put the fellow on screen. Where is... Sorry about this. But yeah, it's a fancy render made by Thompshire that I don't know. Have you featured before, Thompshire, while I look for it?
I think I have, yeah. Or maybe not. I think I have, yeah.
Ah, there he is. This lovely gentleman. Okay. He'll open the door. Lyri, you'd be able to see this from your hiding spot. I'll say you're probably like 10 meters away. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But Benjamin's father will not see you. Yeah. He opens the door, and again, you take a look that he definitely has like aged since you last saw him, and he just stares at you like in shock, like clearly he's not sure what he wants to say.
I can just also stand in silence.
I'm not sure if I should punch you or hug you, son.
Well, I can just breathe out and go in for a hug. Let's go with that.
Yeah, and he'd hug you back, like he'd probably like hug you very, very tightly, and you guys would probably like embrace for a good while. Zelris, Lyri would also see this, and after probably like 20 seconds, let's say, just spitballing here, he would start to let go.
Well, I think first off, I owe you an apology for.
Well, let's talk inside. This is still your home, son.
Right. I just glance back and go inside.
You do. You see the dinner your father was eating. It's broth with some steak, and says, "I wasn't expecting guests. You can have the steak, I suppose."
It's fine. Don't worry. I'm actually in sort of a hurry.
You see like a look of like sadness or disappointment across his face when you say you're in a hurry.
There's really no simple way to say this, but I think you may be in a lot of danger.
I'm too old to be conscripted at this point, son.
Well, it's worse than that. Well, how can I just explain this? I'm sure you remember Mom's brother, right?
Right. Lyri, you will see a figure approaching the door. He came, like, you guys came from like the west. He's coming from the north.
Can I like have a look and try and identify what he's wearing?
Give me a careful.
Nope.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah.
He doesn't like appear. You notice like the outline of like a weird looking sword or something, but he's not like holding the sword, like it's sheathed, if that makes sense.
She'll, I guess, slowly try and like just like get her hands on her weapons and get into position just in case.
Sure thing. Benjamin, as you say that, the both of you hear a knock on the door.
I can just whisper, shit, don't open it. Just don't.
The lights are on, son.
Above board, would the house have like a back door or something?
Let's roll to see.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like, you haven't used it in a while, so you don't know if like the door still works.
Huh, okay.
Make sense?
We should leave through the back.
Why, Benjamin? Look, this is my home.
Look, there's no easy way to say this, but there's a very good chance that they sent people to kill you or kidnap you or whatever.
Andor?
Yeah. Look, I just found him the other day and he's doing light knows what about taking over Stormwind or whatever, and since we kind of got in the way of his plans, is out for my blood, and since I got away, I'm sure he's out for yours too, to silence me or, well, worse.
Joseph, are you there? It's Andor. You recognize your uncle's voice.
Oh god, he came here himself. What? We should really leave, okay?
This is a lot to take in, Benjamin.
I know, but I wouldn't be telling you this if I didn't believe that you would be in danger, okay?
Can you roll me your forceful and I'll oppose of your father's careful?
Okay.
Okay, I think I'll actually spend a fate point to improve your father's roll. Meaning, basically, at a tie, Benjamin, you would succeed at a negative cost.
I think I'll use a fate point of my own.
Okay, what are you invoking? And Lyri, you would see this person like knocking on the door.
Lyri will, I guess, while this is happening, start to approach, at least like try and sneakily get closer.
Can you roll me a sneaky?
6.
Okay, you remain hidden. What are you, Benjamin? Going back to you.
So, what kind of action am I like boosting? Is it trying to convince him?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
And I said forceful because, like you were saying, we have to go now. Don't ask questions. We don't have time for questions. Basically.
Yeah. Would like veteran of the Northern campaign work? As in, hey, he like knows I have a relative good sense of danger, I guess.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I think that will work. Okay, so you spend your fate point. Okay. And he sighs and like motions for you to lead the way.
Then I go towards what I remember the back door being.
And you arrive at the back door. I'm presuming you're going like in front of your father, correct?
Yeah.
Before, while you reach the back door, which will be like in another room of the house. It's a small house, but like you have like say a kitchen room, and the back door would be in this kitchen room. When you reach there, can you give me a careful, I think difficulty 6, but your stunt will apply?
Oh wow, that's scary. Oh, close.
Okay. You reach the door to well, unless you want to spend fate points. You reach the back door. Can you give me, I guess, a forceful difficulty 2 to see if you managed to open it?
Oh, sure. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah.
I know you're here. I know you're there, Joseph. I just like to talk. With Benjamin too, if that's all right.
God, they've had enough of him for a day. I guess I tried to open the door again.
Give me another forceful.
Oh, God. What is this?
You... with a critical fail, because that is a critical fail, I would say you probably like hurt yourself a little bit while you do this. Not like in a...
Can I actually like pull off the doorknob?
I was going to say that it will take another critical fail for that to happen, but if you want, we can do that. I don't mind.
I mean, sure, yeah.
You pull off the doorknob.
Fuck. Are there like any windows around?
Oh yeah.
Then I guess I'll try to head towards the closest one.
Are you sure, Benjamin? Says your father.
Well, I don't think you want to take your chances to whatever his little fell crew has in store for us.
Fell crew?
Yeah, let's say he doesn't hang out with the best of people.
All right, but if you break it, you owe me a window too, not just a doorknob.
Well, that's fair enough, and hopefully we'll have some time to clear that.
I'm going to roll a d20 to see if the window is big enough. No.
Oh god. This is horrible.
Can I, like... What can I say? Is he just knocking on the door still?
Yeah, he's knocking at the door. You see, like, he's fidgeting a little, like he's taking a look inside through the windows near the front door, and like he clearly sees that the lights are on. You also hear what he yelled, like, Joseph, are you there? Joseph, I just like to talk. Joseph, is Benjamin with you? I'd also like to talk to him, whatever he said.
Can I like see if there's like any kind of magical stuff going on with him, because Lyri thinks it's very, very suspicious that he came alone.
Yeah. It will be a careful roll. I'm just putting his
That's fine.
icon on the thing. Let me think on the difficulty before you roll. Actually, just roll, and according to the roll you get, I'll tell you more or less information.
Nothing.
Okay?
This is 0.
I'll say, like, you don't detect magic, but you don't, like... You realize that it's because you're perhaps too far away to tell for sure. Not that, like, there isn't actually magic. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, Benjamin, what now? Like, if the d20 was like a 5 or above, I would have given it to you, but like with a 2, yeah.
Are there any other windows?
I'll roll another d20. Oh yeah, apparently yeah. A perfectly sized one.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful.
And one you won't have to break.
Oh, even better.
Okay. You begin opening the window, and you continue to hear knocking, and he says, I mean you no harm, whatever Benjamin said.
Right, very funny of him. Okay, let's just leave then.
And because of your failed roll earlier, you open the window, and I'm assuming you climb out, right?
Yeah.
You're climbing out first, correct?
Yeah, that would be the idea.
While your father is still like making the climb, you get like pretty much face to face with this gentleman because of your failed roll earlier.
Oh, is he like in any hostile like stance or anything?
He's gripping his staff and like leaning on it, and you like stare at each other. You're unable to see like what's beneath the hood, and you hear a voice, like someone say a very deep voice that's like not exactly coming from him, if that makes sense. Your uncle said he'd like to talk.
Can I hear this as well?
No, because that's the back of the house.
Okay.
And again, it's a very deep, not very human voice, if that makes sense. And it sounds like it's not exactly coming from this guy.
Is that so? About becoming his lackey or finding a reason for him not to murder me?
He shrugs and says he wants to give you a chance. I don't particularly care. Again, same like deep voice that's not quite coming from him.
Well, I've had it enough with chances.
Your father's like climbing out the window, and he like paused to like witness the outcome of the scene, just for context. Did you hear that, Thompshire?
Yeah. So, are you gonna let us pass or what?
He like tilts his head at you like you just asked a very stupid question. And he like motions with his staff as in like go back inside. He doesn't actually say that, he just like motions for you to like get back in.
Okay. You know what? I'll give him a good tackle.
Sure. That sounds either forceful or quick. I leave it up to you.
Yeah, I'll go with quick because that's better.
Okay. Give me a second. Okay. He'll oppose with forceful.
Oh, and by the way, I get a +2 because he's the only enemy within melee range.
Very true, and thank you for reminding me. But still not quite good enough.
Oh god. He has a +7. Oh god, I'm gonna die.
What happens is, like, you lunge towards him, and immediately he, like, you see him, like, weave a spell with his hand, and an arcane blast, like, forms right in front of you, knocking you back into the wall of the house.
Would that, like, make a noise Lyri would hear?
Lyri, give me a careful, but difficulty 2 to hear. Yeah, you hear that.
Okay, I grab my hand on my blow dot, and I watch to see what Benjamin's uncle does first, because I can't really approach right now.
Benjamin's uncle will heave a very deep sigh, and he will like slowly, almost like bored, like walk around the house towards the back.
I will start making my approach towards the front of the house, sneakily trying to get as close in as I can while being unnoticed.
Okay. I typed in the initiative order with their thingies. Okay. Benjamin, that was your turn. Andor, for his turn, he'll do nothing because he's not like on the scene yet. He's making his way there. Castellian, for his turn, will let out what looks like what sounds like almost a sigh, and he will attempt to blast you with magic.
I'll jump to the side.
Give me a quick, please. You have to take 1 point of damage. Well,
Is it a forceful attack? Or
yeah, it is. So if we are
Then
stunned,
I-
yeah. A very good point. Oh, I should also type your father's initiative. He will go after Lyri. Okay. Lyri will check up on you after we see what Buhd is up to, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Skoll, are you with us?
I am back, yes. I'm just eating my dinner, but I am back.
Bon appetit, I suppose. Yeah. You, like, the gnome and the, the Ensima the Pandaren have been arrested, the gnome after propositioning you. And yeah, you, at this point, will be led into Stormwind Keep. Do you, like, allow this to happen?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll be led back into the courtroom where you will not see the two ladies because they were taken to be detained, if you remember, under house arrest. Nor will you see Lord Roswell because he was also arrested. But you will see the king on his throne room along with a few guards, and among the guards is a familiar figure of an Ephemeral that is restrained by the guards.
Oh, good. It's Tamol.
Hello, Buhd. I appear to be a prisoner. Varian will like turn to you guys and say, "Any luck?" And the guards will say, "All three of them escaped the city, Your Majesty. But we believe that they're headed to one of Aaran's relatives. We should search the archives to find out." Yes, go. He like waves his hand for the guard to do that, and the guard like snaps a salute and proceeds to do that. John will like hide behind you, Buhd. And Tamol like looks uncertain. And Varian will ask, "Who's this?"
Oh, that's Tamol. He joined our crew after the battle in Booty Bay.
So I remember Khadgar saying, why was he sneaking about in the castle?
Did he tell you?
The guards found him in an unused room that was supposed to be held under surveillance.
Tamol, what are you doing in there?
I'm going to roll some dice to see how much of the truth he's willing to tell. I came with Benjamin and Lyri. We were to look for you and bring you somewhere. But I guess here you are, and Benjamin and Lyri and Bladebeard are nowhere to be found.
Yeah, they leave.
So is he in league with these supposed plotters? Of sorts, Your Majesty. I can lead you to them if you'd like. I have no attachments to them. Did you hear that? Did you hear that Buhd was your name?
I did hear something, yes.
What do you think of that?
Well, Tamol's never been really that bad.
Well, except for that time he tried to steal from you, says John.
Oh, he tried to steal from us?
He like mumbles, like unwilling to like say more.
Well, if he has a location, then that's better than having nothing.
I agree, says King Varian, and I believe it's best to take the enemy by surprise. I'll entrust a small platoon of guards. The three of you, he points at you, John, and Tamal, will go with this Ephemeral.
That sound good to Buhd. It be Buhd's first, not first time, second time being captain.
I'm not sure he'll fit through the tunnel, Your Majesty. Varian glares at Tamal, and Tamal says, but I'm sure we can make do somehow.
Oh no, don't worry. I have orb that makes me smaller.
If an Ephemeral could blink confused, he would do that. John
Waves around the orb in his hand.
Fascinating. Well then, get to it. I think, says King Varian, and he will call upon a regiment of guards, probably 10 in number, to go with you. And above board, you will head through if you accept, you'll head through the tunnels Benjamin and Lyri came through towards the abandoned tavern in the old town.
Okay. Whenever they reach the thing and Buhd's too big for it, he'd turn into his Draenei self again for the funs of it.
Well, let's see.
With a shirt or without a shirt? That's important information.
That's a good question. Does the I don't remember this. Does the orb allow a shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
first time you didn't remember, that's the thing.
Well, they made it a very big deal when Buhd didn't do it, so
guess.
I feel like this time he would.
Unfortunately, according to the D20 that I rolled, if you turn into a Draenei, you'll still have to crouch.
Oh, that's probably better than being fat
Sure.
and being bulk.
Sure.
He can do that. I don't think that's too much of an issue for Buhd. He gets to be a lady again.
I don't have a token for a fembud, unfortunately, but it will make do. Well, not a token like the circle thing is what I mean. But while the troops are assembled and you march on, do you interact with John or Tamal or the guards at all?
When they're in their tunnel?
What did you say? Sorry?
When they're in the tunnel?
Even before.
So, what's been going on with you guys since we get to the big city?
John gives you a look don't ask, and Tamal will say, well, since last you saw me, we were apparently recruited by a cabal of conspirators. They give me a bunch of arcane dust. I know a really good place we can go, emergency if need be, with that arcane dust. They also gave Benjamin and Lyri some bombs. That was fun. I didn't hear any explosions, so I'm guessing they didn't use them. But, are they alright?
Oh, well, they fly off on Griffin to go save Benjamin's good old buddy. So, don't know. But, they're probably better off than being in here. This city's kind of crazy.
I do not disagree. And again, if we need an escape route, well, I have everyone covered.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, and you will reach your room. It's like not abandoned, unused room in the keep. And Tamal will touch one of the stones of the bathroom of said room, and that will open up a tunnel. The guards will share odd expressions, and some of them whisper, "How could we let something like this go unnoticed?" etc. etc. John looks at you and says, you'll cover me if things go real bad, right, big guy?
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep us so safe.
Right. And do you proceed to go now turned into your Draenei form?
Yeah, if it, because they told him that he'd be too big to fit, so he pulls out the orb and does the only form that he really knows best at this time, and poofs him to his Draenei form again.
The disciplined guards don't like really react. Well, you do hear like one of them let out a whisper, but he like tries to hide it with a cough.
Bud just kind of puts his hands on his new hips and he's just like posing, I guess.
Some of the guards try not to look at you. Right, let's get this over with, says John.
Okay.
And on your next turn, Bud, you will join Bladebeard in his little scuffle, alright?
Alright.
Meanwhile, in Eastvale, following the initiative order again, Lyri, it is your turn.
I will continue approaching sneakily Benjamin's uncle, I guess. And once I get in range, I'll try to pull out the blood dart and take him out.
Okay. Just because he's like a boss character, I'd really need like a very big difference for the blow dart to succeed. If not, it'll just be like a very damaging attack, okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
So can you roll me your sneaky with your stunt applying, and we'll treat this as an attack and I'll oppose with his careful.
Okay. Oh no! Can I use Reckless Scoundrel to reroll that?
You very much can, because that was a critical fail.
Yes, okay. Okay, 7. That's marginally better. Although it still ties and it's not a massive difference, so whatever.
Tie on an attack means you get an advantage. Well, you also keep in mind that you also have a charge of shadowing Benjamin if you want to use that.
Yeah. I'll just call it. I'll get an advantage, I guess. I guess. Stealthy opener or something. I don't know. I got the first hit in. That's my advantage.
Yeah. Will do. Have any of you guys ever seen Star Wars Clone Wars, the animated series? The new one, not the old one.
I have seen both.
Yeah, some episodes, I guess.
There's a scene where like they this is pretty much what I'm imagining happening. They ambush Count Dooku with a blow dart, and he like quickly takes it out and yells out, "What sorcery is this?" And I think that's what's going to happen right now, because this guy reminds me a lot of Count Dooku. Yeah, and he will like turn around. Are you still trying to remain stealthy, Lyri?
Yes.
Can you roll me a sneaky?
5.
He sees where that came from.
Oh no.
Okay. Daddy's turn. I think he'll try to clock the sorcerer with a fist.
Oh wow.
And the sorcerer replies in the same way with an arcane blast that knocks your father into the wall. He does have a better forceful than you. Both of them do, but I meant your father in that case.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Following the initiative order, DoomGoblin, are you still with us?
Yeah. I'm here.
what's up? Your turn.
All right. I'm still fighting Elsvis.
Mm-hmm.
I will jump on the table and quickly turn around and slash her with my sword.
Give me a quick attack, please. And
Oh,
she
come on.
dodges out of the way.
Did she received 2 damage. Did she take a stress or?
Stress.
All right. All right.
She will try to. All right. She doesn't have her daggers anymore. She'll try to take advantage of you being slightly off balance to throw a frostbolt at you.
I will jump off the table
Give me
back to the ground.
a quick, please. You succeed. Before we move on from your turns, anything happen RP-wise?
Can I touch my hourglass thing and make it play play my memory of a bard playing some fast actiony music?
Sure. Viewers don't expect that, but sure.
You can just imagine, that some action movie music is playing in the background.
Okay, sure thing. Yeah, you do that. Elswif snarls at you, and you see her preparing to fire another frostbolt. Meanwhile, in East Vale, it is Benjamin's turn.
I'll go ahead and try to create an advantage by kind of getting a sense of my surroundings so I can make better...
Are you using your stunt?
No. Just creating an advantage normally.
Sure. Give me a careful difficulty. Well, with your stunt applying, I guess difficulty 4 because it's nighttime.
Oh, sure. Oh, that was close.
You succeed.
Yeah.
What would you like your advantage to be called?
I don't know.
It can be...
Night vision, I don't know.
Sure. And we can interpret this advantage in whichever way. You can say, oh, there's a perfectly positioned log to trip this guy or whatever. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Still going with night vision?
Yeah.
Duly noted. Your uncle's turn. He'll charge Lyri, pretty much.
Okay. I guess I was trying to dodge out of the way.
Okay, give me a quick. How do you take 4 points of damage?
I guess it's a consequence.
I suppose so. He'll tackle you to the ground. What's a good consequence? A level 4. That's pretty severe. Broken ribs are really bad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so something not as bad as that.
Can't you bruise a rib? Isn't that something that happens?
I mean, maybe go for a dislocated shoulder or something, I don't know.
I think I'll call it in and out of consciousness, because Lyri, you are pretty groggy, and this guy just knocked the wind out of you. You're not well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. And as he sees you, he says, I guess I should have expected this. Meanwhile, the hooded mage. Give me a sec. Benjamin, you see him like lift up his arm, preparing to cast a spell at your father. And he like turns in your direction to see what you will do.
I guess like my instinct would be kind of just to push him away from the blast if he can't just react quick enough.
Okay. Since it's his turn, he will like redirect his hand and try to cast the spell at you, making a forceful attack.
Then would my action have already started?
I'd say you probably like jumped like towards him with the intent of like tackling him or whatever. And he like, you see him like quickly turn his hand towards you and turn the spell he was forming against you. You have like time to try to move away, but obviously you're like heading in his direction, making dodging difficult. Not impossible.
I guess I just try to drop to the ground like as quickly as possible.
That sounds quick. Yeah, give me a quick.
I guess that's a tie.
Yeah, it is a tie because of your advantage. Not your advantage, your stunt. He will gain an advantage. Off their feet, I'll call it. Okay. Buhd, Skoll, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, if you go through the tunnels with the guards and Tamal and John, and I'm guessing you like led John, not John, Tamal lead because he like knows the way, correct?
Yeah.
Do you interact in any way while you're on your way? No pun intended.
I guess Buhd would mostly be swinging his tail around a lot, but trying to think of like actual conversation.
The guards will like yell at you to like quit it because you're like hitting them.
Oh, sorry. It's just fun to have a tail again.
It is a nice tail though. Shut up.
Glad you agree.
John facepalms.
John, when we get out of this, we need to get you a new pirate outfit.
When we get out of this, get me out of the city, and that's perfectly enough for me.
And a pirate outfit?
I don't mind. Yeah, sure, fine. As you can see, I'm mostly naked at this point.
Yeah, that's why I was saying you could really use a new outfit. 'Cause very naked.
I appreciate that, Buhd.
We'll go to the same place that we get Bladebeards in my clothes. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. And as you say that, Tamal will stop and say, "Oh, I think it's about here." And you like press a button in the wall, and the wall will open pretty much.
Oh, there we go.
Revealing what looks to be an abandoned tavern, and inside you'll see Captain Bladebeard in a duo with Lady Elswith, and Morovi tied to a chair with his leg bleeding heavily.
Also music.
Yeah, also that. The guards will start to rush in. What do you do?
By the way, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I guess Buhd would pull out his sword or her sword.
I was just gonna ask. The guards are aware that a nobleman should be dead, right?
Yeah, but their first instinct is there's a violent situation. We need to like intervene. And whoa, holy shit! That it's the guy we were looking for, and Wait, this lady? And wait, wasn't her brother supposed to be dead? But that's like the order their thoughts will go in.
Yeah, sure. I was just making sure.
Yeah, Bud, it is your turn. What do you do?
Bud would draw out his sword and move in to assist Bladebeard against the lady.
Do you, okay. Bladebeard, you will see this happening. You'll see Elswith mutter under her breath. Oh, for fuck's sake. Guards, please help me!
Oh, hello, mates. Welcome to the party.
The guards hesitate, being definitely confused by, Morovi being alive and apparently bleeding. They, start to surround you guys, and, a handful of them notice, the guy that's guarding the door who, drops his weapons at this point.
So there's 10 guards?
10 guards, Bud, John, Tomo, and you versus Elswith.
Alright, I'll
Well, it's Bud's turn, but if you want to do something narrative-wise, go ahead.
No, let's see what Bud does.
Bud doesn't really know the situation too much, so he's not going for anything fatal, but he will go into slash at one of her legs.
Wait, stop, says the guards. We don't know the situation here. Do you still go?
Well, she attacking Bladebeard.
He's attacking me. Why is your brother alive? This is a setup.
Weren't you the one who wanted your brother to be not dead?
Your turn. She'd like to do something, but it's not her turn yet.
On one hand, Bud would listen to the guards right now, so it's like, what do I do? Is there can I just, what's the word for it? Can I just, give myself I think it's benefit?
Advantage?
Kind of an advantage. There we go. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give myself an advantage instead? Just surrounding her?
Mm-hmm. Are you trying to be, intimidating, or are you just, readying yourself to go?
I'd say intimidating.
Then give me a forceful difficulty 4, because she's clearly at a disadvantage. It won't be difficult. Okay.
I would definitely like to use a fate point. Or less.
Do you have a stunt about this, or am I misremembering?
Let me give it a looky, because I know I changed a lot of things. Warlord remains. I'm in charge now. Whenever I threaten someone, I gain +2. Does that count?
Yeah, definitely. So you do gain your advantage.
Alright, don't need to use a fate point. Awesome.
What would you like it to be called?
Can't it just be called the stunt? I'm in charge now?
Sure, we can.
Because I don't think I've ever really used it that much.
We can call it that, sure.
Awesome. Bud is a very intimidating female Drana with a cannon.
Oh yeah. Bladebeard, do you recognize this look of Bud's?
Let me roll. I don't know.
Oh my
Careful.
god.
Sure.
Right. Difficulty what?
2, because you recognize the manner of speech.
All right.
I don't remember. Did we ever figure out if it's a female voice or if it's a ogre voice?
It's a female voice, but the way Bud's grammar and spelling is definitely ogre-y. Just that it sounds like a female Draenei speaking like an ogre, pretty much.
Also, I saw him before in this form.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you did. I believe you. I know everyone else did, but I don't remember if you did.
I did. I forgot, and I never reacted to it.
Sure.
In character.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I have to adjust my voice then for female ogre bud or Draenei bud. Blech.
Can be a female ogre if you want, I guess. Sure. You.
I guess that's more akin to what he would sound like.
You all surround Elswith at this point. Okay. Anything else RP wise before we go check up on Lyri?
Unless Bladebeard wants to say hi to Bud.
Hi, bud.
Hello.
Hi, Captain, says Tumal. Hello, Captain, says John.
Hey, guys. I would like to do something, but on my turn. So.
Okay. If it's like RP only, you can do it now. But if it's like in terms,
I'll save it for my turn.
okay. Zelris, are you with us? It is
Yes.
Lyri's turn.
Yep. So when I got tackled, is he still standing over me, or is he like keeping some distance?
He's standing over you, but not like over you. He's standing on his 2 feet, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Lyri will try and do some, I guess, sleight of hand and pull the bombs out and light them.
Okay. He sees you doing that and he says, "Are you insane? You'll only injure yourself."
Lyri, I guess, quickly, like, I guess, tries to jump on her feet with the 2 bombs in hand.
Sure. Do you light them?
Yep.
You have a couple of seconds to do something with them. Oh, do you like both of them or just one?
Both of them.
Okay, you have a couple of seconds to do something with them.
Okay. Lyri starts approaching him with the bombs in hand.
I said a couple of seconds, but okay.
I mean, it's not that far away, is it?
No. He
Okay.
takes a step. For every step you make, he takes a step back.
Okay. Lyri takes a deep breath and she'll just run at him with the bombs in hand. And then, I guess, try and choke them at his feet.
Okay. Give me a quick, I'll oppose with his quick. Now, he has a much higher quick than you, but because of the special circumstances, you probably get like a +4 bonus to your quick, okay?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I do need to think. Like,
I mean, you still have 2 advantages.
well, besides that, Zelris, can you talk to me about what Lyri's specific intent is? Is she trying to like suicide bomb? Is she trying to like what's your specific intent? And we'll like determine what happens if you need to improve your roll, etc., from them.
Well, on one hand, she needs to alert the dwarf that stuff's going on. On the other hand, she wants to do damage, and she's intending to try and use her stunt to blink away at the last minute, but
Okay.
she's not really sure on if she can do that, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say, with that roll, you'll be able to catch him with the bomb and probably not kill him, but definitely damage him. It will also be enough to like get the attention of the dwarf and probably some bystanders. And you'll be able to blink away, but you'll also take some damage.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So, let's see. Let's see the damage. I'll roll thingy. Yeah, I think trying to decide between 2 or 3. Yeah, I'll go with 3 because they're powerful bombs. -1. Okay, so neither of you takes any damage with -1.
Wow.
What do you all think? Should I spend a fate point to reroll that because that seems absurd, or should we go with it?
Yeah, reroll. That's kind of lame.
Zelris, do you have any objections?
I don't have any objections. I don't mind taking damage.
Okay. Benjamin, remind me, I used the fate point against you, correct?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
So with that, this will be my last remaining fate point for that scene, for the Benjamin and Lyri scene. This reroll.
Much better.
Okay. 4 points of damage to both of you. How do you both take... Well, how do you take 4 points, rather?
I guess 3 stress. No, 2 stress and 2 consequence, right?
Sure. Since it's damage you inflicted, even if it's on yourself, you name the consequence.
Oh, cool. I guess Bomb Rush would be a good one. Oh no, just Singed, I guess, since it's a 2.
Sure. And what would you like to name the consequence? Andor will take a level 4 consequence. Would you like to name his consequence?
Sure. I guess I'll call it I don't know, just burns. I don't know. I have no clue.
It just burns, I'll call it.
Yeah, it just burns. It's fine. Just burns.
This, again, level 4, pretty severe, fun stuff. Yeah, you definitely cinch him. As you blink away, you're also caught in the blast radius, definitely. But you also see that you've damaged him, and he's like putting out the flames. And you've definitely caused a bunch of noise. Benjamin would also hear that. Yeah, you would hear like the mutterings of the local townspeople yelling, "What's going on?" Blah 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 blah.
I guess Lyri's first instinct will be to because she's already feeling pretty bad because of the magic thing. So I guess she'll try and just crawl to somewhere.
Would you like to concede the fight, or are you just moving away narratively?
Just moving away a little bit narratively.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I won't concede just yet.
Sure.
I mean, you could also men-attack him. I'm sure he's very juiced up.
You are a little bit of a distance away because you blinked away.
Yeah, it...
Oh, you're also invisible, right? You're also invisible.
Yes, I'm also invisible right now. Which is why I'm trying to make him move away, to try and get my advantage back of being hidden, I guess.
You will definitely be hidden because of your invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On Papa's turn, he'll yell out, "What was that?" And yeah, you get no reply from the hooded guy, Benjamin.
Well, I guess shit's going down.
Shit is going down apparently, and he'll throw a punch at the hooded guy.
I don't have any axes left, do I? Well, if you would have asked for them at the abandoned tavern place, they would have given them to you, so we can say that. But when Varian tackled you, I don't remember, did he also take your weapons? I dropped my sword, but I think at that point I had no more axes. That's why I'm wondering.
Well, you didn't spend any axes during the infiltration, so if you would have asked for...
But I dropped one of them, and I think I only had one because I lost the other. I don't know when.
Again, I'm saying that if you would have requested axes at the tavern place, they would have given them to you. Would you have requested axes?
I mean, I think I would have, but I don't think I did.
That doesn't matter. We can say that you did.
Yeah. I guess I'll pass him an axe.
Okay. be very well. He threw his punch and he failed miserably, and you see him stumble and you toss him an axe, and he nods at you gratefully. But Castellian will get an advantage because of the difference in rolls. He'll get another charge on off their feet. Okay. DoomGoblin. Your turn.
Yeah.
Your turn.
All right. I'll put my sword back onto my belt, and I'm gonna be like, "All right, Blondie, you lost. Surrender, and yeah, you'll spend the rest of your life in prison." And I don't know if, I guess this is gonna be a roll. I would like to kind of get her to keep fighting me. I would like to get her to attempt to kill me, like she was trying anyway.
You don't need to roll for that because that's what her intent is.
Great. Then I do nothing. I just insult her.
Well, if you want, we can take the insult as an attack. Because again, attacks don't have to be like physical. They can also be quote unquote psychological.
Sure.
Sounds either flashy or forceful to me. What's the wording on your stunt?
If I try to get someone's attention, or if I try to draw attention to myself, something like that.
Are you trying to draw attention to yourself with that insult?
Sure.
Sure, then give me a flashy and your stunt will apply, and I'll oppose with her, careful, I guess.
2.
Okay.
I'll use my birthday inspiration to reroll.
Please reroll then.
6.
Do 1 point of damage to her. She'll take a level 1 stress. Okay. On her turn, she'll yell out, "Guards, please help me against this brigand."
Wait. She believes that because of my lie, that they are on my side.
Well, your lie specifically said SI7 agents, not Stormwind guards.
All right.
Given the situation, it's unlikely that you succeed, so I'm not like trying to penalize you here, but yeah. Okay. I'll roll her flashy, but she'll need a critical success to make this work. And she does not get it. Okay. You see, like, the guards not reacting to her, and the sort of sergeant that leads the guards will say, "Drop your weapons, ma'am," and you, dwarf, drop your weapons. She does not look like she does not look intent on dropping her weapons, by the way.
I'm on your side, but fine. I guess I'll put my swords on the table.
That'll go a good way towards convincing them, so alright. She looks very, very panicked, like in no corner. She looks like a cornered animal almost. And you see her like, almost bizarrely, she like lifts up her left hand, specifically her wrist to her face. And you see as if she's almost talking into it. Can you roll me a careful to see if you understand what she says? Buhd can also roll as well. Difficulty 4.
2. Wait, I would really like to succeed on this. Let me see. Oh, I didn't open my character sheet. Wait, do I have anything that could help with this? So I'm trying to listen for something.
Like to find out what she's saying specifically.
Would reading people, but not reading books, work?
Because you're pretty much reading her lips at this point, yeah?
Alright, I'll use a fate point and add +2.
That you do. Buhd, are you content with not knowing?
Yeah, I'm content. Bud's just kind of there to be muscle, really.
Bladebeard, you see her whisper, Gideon, I'm in serious trouble. Please, you have to help me. Gideon! Emilia, I'm in serious trouble. Emilia? She like looks around like very, very frightened at this point. Only you heard what she said, DoomGoblin.
Alright.
Okay.
Surrender!
She again has this look of like a cornered animal that's both like fearful but also like bit of animal determination. She will look towards her in her brother's direction, and her brother looks terrified but also like he like nods at her to like, yeah, surrender. I'm going to do a roll to see what her demeanor is at this point. She sighs and prepares her and lifts up the dagger where she dropped it and prepares to continue fighting.
Cool.
She will, I guess, spend her turn trying to create an advantage. Oh yeah, and she gets 2 charges on it. Last stand, I'll call it. Okay. Anything else RP-wise before we go to Benjamin?
I would like to turn off the music.
Sure. One of the guards gives you a look like, what's wrong with you? But yeah.
Oh, you want it? You want it back?
He says nothing.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
more of a jazz.
Oh, I can play jazz. I mean,
Well,
the hourglass can.
Very slow jazz.
Meanwhile, Benjamin, your turn.
I'll turn to my dad and say, focus on trying to create an opening. I'll try to get in a quick slash or stab.
Above board, would you like your father to use his turns assisting you, which would automatically give you +1s? Or would you like to use his turns to create advantages, which is more risky but can yield greater rewards?
Let's go with assists for now.
Sure. This won't happen on this turn, but when his turn comes around, he will provide you an assistance to all your rolls. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
He nods and says, been a while, I'll be honest. I'm more of a spear guy.
Well, a shame we didn't have time to pick up a pitchfork then.
Never knew you were one for axes, boy.
Well, it's been a couple of weeks. And with that said, I can just try to quickly transition from talking to attacking to try to surprise Castilian.
Give me... That sounds like a quick attack. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a 9. Not bad.
Okay. You deal 3 points of damage to him, the first tangible damage you've done to the guy. he'll take his level 3 stress as you like temporarily drive him back. And narratively, your father will join on the attack, but again, in terms of game mechanics, he will assist you on his turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So while I write that down, who's next on the initiative order? Good old Benny's uncle. Okay. As he like pats down the fires that singed him, he will try to look around for Lyri. I'll roll his careful. Zelris, can you roll me your sneaky? But not only will your stunt apply, but I'll also give you +4 because of you're invisible. Okay, so you have a 9 to his 8, which is sufficient to remain hidden.
Cool.
Okay. He exhales in frustration, and Lyri, you see him like continue on his original trajectory of going to the back of the house.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a roll to see if he arrives behind Benjamin and his father or in front of them. This will be random. 1 will be behind, 2 will be in front. Okay. Benjamin, can you give me a careful with your stunt applying to see if you notice him? Difficulty 4? You do. Yeah, you hear footsteps of someone who's not trying to be stealthy behind you. And if you are to glance behind you, you will see your uncle readying his weapon, though he seems to be somewhat burned.
Well, I don't like our chances now. Seems he's coming.
We really should have just talked, Benjamin.
Well, we've had our talk just yesterday. It wasn't very productive.
Less than a few hours ago, actually. About
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I'd say that instead, I guess.
Sure. I'm genuinely sorry, Joseph, for this. And Joseph will say, Andor, what's going on? And Andor will actually attack your father.
Oh no, that's no.
But your father blocks him, although you can clearly tell that Andor is the superior fighter and he'll get an advantage, but for the moment your father is holding his own. Okay, Castellian will, it's his turn. He will try to take advantage of your distraction to bludgeon you with arcane damage, Benjamin.
Kind of in my daze, like as soon as I notice it, I can just try to like slide to the side to evade his attack.
Give me a quick, please. With your stunt applying, you get a 7, which would be a tie, but he will use a charge of off their feet to deal 2 damage to you.
That's fair enough.
How do you take 2 points of damage?
I guess it's my level 2 stress box.
Sure thing. Buhd, your turn. Well, unless Benjamin or Lyri want to do something in RP.
Lyri will kind of, seeing that I guess in glimpses that Andor's move, she's gonna start making her way kind of around the periphery to see what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. You see what's going on, like from a distance, and on your turn you'll be able to intervene. Okay.
Okay.
Benjamin, do you do something in RP?
Not yet, at least.
Sure thing. Okay. Skoll, Buhd, it's your turn.
What's the situation with
You, Bladebeard, the guards, Tomo and John have Elswith surrounded. You saw her like whisper something into her wrist, which seems bizarre. She looks very, very desperate, but for whatever reason, she seems determined to fight to the end. And you also see Elswith's brother, who you were supposed to have murdered. Well, you know what I mean. That's alive, just with a horrible leg wound.
I guess Buhd will look to the guards to see what their take on all of this is, because they told him not to attack.
Well, the guards did tell Zelris, not Zelris, my bad, Elswith. The guards did tell Elswith to lay down her weapons. She refused, so now they're readying their weapons to restrain her.
Alright, yeah, so Buhd will try to pull a full Nelson on her then, from behind.
Okay, I have no idea what that is. Sounds forceful though.
It's basically like locking her arms with his arms. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Well, I won't be able to see the picture, so I'm looking it up on my phone.
I only know it because of Dragon Ball Z. Abridged.
Okay. I see what you mean. Okay. Sounds forceful or careful to me, I guess. She dodges you and gains an advantage with that roll.
Oh boy.
She'll get another charge on Last Stand. Anything else RP-wise before we go back to Lyri?
I don't think so.
Okay. Lyri, it is your turn.
Okay. I still have 2 shots left to blow dart, right?
Mm-hmm. You're still invisible for the moment also.
Yeah. I'm a bit far away, so it might not be worth risking it right now. I think I'll just try and quickly approach and get a guaranteed thing in. Okay, Lyri will I guess approach Endor as fast as she can, stumbling towards him, I guess.
From behind, I'm assuming.
Yes, from behind. And she will try and mana tap that sucker.
Okay. First off, roll your sneaky with your stunt applying, and I'll pose with his careful to see if he notices. Okay?
Okay. 7. It's probably not good enough. Oh no.
Apparently it is, and I used all my fate points versus the two of you. So you approach. I'm assuming you either like grab his arm or tackle him. I leave the choice up to you, and you mana tap him, correct?
Yep.
Benjamin, since Lyri's invisible, what you see is like suddenly Andor appears to be like restrained by something. Then like Lyri appears out of thin air as she's grabbing Andor, and you see a flash of light as she mana taps him, and Andor screams out in pain. Lyri, you feel a familiar rush of fell magic. And as I mentioned to you before, felt magic kind of feels like almost like strong alcohol. Like it energizes you in a way, but it leaves like a burn, for lack of a better term. If your eyes weren't glowing green, they definitely are now.
Okay.
Yeah. Less fell magic than perhaps you were suspecting. Like he's not like a demon or something, but you do definitely like drain him of that, and he will collapse to the ground. I'll say he will skip his next 2 turns because of this.
Oh, okay.
And I'll write down for me to remember that he will skip his next two.
Mhm.
Okay. And
So, like, can we just stab him while he's down, and he can't defend himself, or is kind of like out of combat per se?
you can stab him, and he can defend himself, but it will be at a disadvantage. I'll reduce his stats.
Okay.
Okay. But he will not be able to act against you in any way. Okay. Yeah, Lyri, you feel like you suddenly feel awake, like you were feeling very groggy before and like singed, but now you feel very, very awake and like back to your like probably like Westfall self in terms of like energy and such, if that makes sense.
It's great. It's awesome.
Sure thing. On her turn, Isla is making her way towards you. She will arrive on her next turn. Joseph, Benjamin's father, will see this happening as Andor collapses like in front of him, and he'll say to Benjamin, "Well, I suppose it's about time you brought a girl home, Benjamin."
She's my cousin, a couple of times removed.
Oh, my bad.
Lyri kind of run her hand through her hair as she finally feels not on death's doorstep.
Above board, Benjamin and Lyri, what would you like good old Joseph to do?
Isn't he like permanently assisting me, or?
Well, circumstances have changed since
Okay, then I think
but
since
he
you
can
can take
if you want.
No. But since Endor is down, maybe we'll take more of a risk and have him create an advantage.
Sure. Against Castilian, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He will charge at Castilian with the axe and not with the intent of hurting, but with the intent of throwing them off balance. So I'm going to roll. And he successfully creates an advantage that he will allow any of you to use. I'll call it, I don't know, axe to see you. I don't know.
Just leave the classic, may I ask you a question?
That's a good one, sure. Okay, so either of you can use this advantage if need be. Okay. Anything else RP-wise before we go to DoomGoblin?
I don't think so.
Sure thing. DoomGoblin, what's up?
I would like to create an advantage in case she attacks me. Like
Okay.
to dodge. Is that possible?
I will allow... Yeah, I think it makes sense for it to be either a careful or a quick roll difficulty 4, let's say.
I'll do quick.
Sure thing.
Oh, I
Barely make it.
succeeded, but
Yeah.
wait.
You
It's 1 plus. All right.
You need a 3-point difference to like gain 2 charges. Yeah.
All right. And I'll just keep provoking her by like just looking at her and smiling.
Well, what would you like your advantage to be called?
Oh. Oh boy. I didn't think of that. Quick like a squirrel.
Okay. I'm glad you remembered that detail. Sure. Okay, on her turn. I guess she'll make a desperate charge against you, DoomGoblin Bladebeard.
Great.
How do you defend yourself?
By rolling.
Sure, give me a quick.
Let me roll the dice.
Mm-hmm.
Same. So I mean,
she'll use a charge of last stand to deal 2 damage to you.
sure, I'll use a quick like a squirrel.
And okay, with a tie, she gains an advantage. Yeah, another charge of last stand. Sure thing. Anything else RP wise, Buhd or Bladebeard before we go back to Benjamin?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay.
I guess I look at the guards and just like shrug.
Yeah, they will move in to try to restrain her. They'll go after Isla. Okay. Benjamin, it is your turn.
Will Castellan be distracted by what just happened to Endor?
You don't notice a change in Castellan's demeanor.
Well, stone cold. I think I'm gonna try to create another advantage.
Okay. How?
Since now we're kind of in a numeric advantage, I kind of try to figure out my positioning to have a better move on him.
Then give me a careful with your stunt applying difficulty. Again, 4 because it's nighttime. Yeah, well, you gain a charge. Another charge on night vision.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Your uncle will skip his turn. Okay. Let me remove 1 on the counter of skip. Okay. Castellan will attack you, Benjamin. What will he? Yeah, he'll attack you. How do you defend yourself?
It's like shooting a blast or something.
Yeah, a blast of arcane magic, correct.
I guess I just jump to one of the sides.
Mm-hmm. Give me a quick, with your stunt applying, because this is a forceful attack. Yeah, you succeed. Okay. Yeah. Anything else from you before we visit Buhd? RP-wise?
No, not really.
Okay. Buhd, it is your turn.
All right. Buhd will go for a headbutt then. At her.
Give me a forceful, please. What happens is you go for a headbutt and she headbutts back. You clearly do more damage because like you're an ogre and you have a horn, but basically she's like stomaching the pain with the intent of hurting you. Make sense?
Okay.
She doesn't like deal damage to you, but yeah, you don't succeed in dealing damage to her.
Alright.
Okay. Zelris, Lyri? Did I miss something in Discord? Because I see her typing.
Did she disconnect? Oh, she's typing in. Yeah, I can't hear you either.
Yeah, I also cannot hear you, Zelris, if you're talking.
Yeah, she's typing in the Discord. People can't hear her at the moment.
Okay. Well, we can wait. I think we'll like go through like the remainder of this round and like end on Joseph's turn, and then we'll call it for the night. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll give you 2 seconds, Zelris. No worries.
1, 2. It's fine.
While we wait for Zelris, what are your guys' thoughts on the situation? Like, your expectations in terms of like, can we win this? Can we not? Basically.
I mean, as long as like 20 of those fell foot people don't show up, I think we might just go through.
I think on our end we'll be fine. I mean, we have a bunch of Stormwind Guard, so
Yeah, you're just Buhd and Bladebeard, you guys are pretty much handled. It's more or less a case of like not letting her kill someone while she does it.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I shot her brother. That's not gonna be good in our trial.
I mean, at least you didn't kill him, so... You know.
No, that would be better. I think that would be
Hello.
better.
We hear you, Zelris.
My Discord keeps crashing for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Awesome. I was just saying that, like, we'll go through this round of combat, like the remainder of it, like finishing on Joseph's turn, and then we'll call it for the night, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It is your turn currently.
Oh yeah. Lyri gets out one of the blow dots, and since he's like lying down and seems pretty weak, she's just gonna blow another one in.
Okay.
Just keep him trying to keep him down.
I'm trying to think of a way that that this won't be a forceful attack. Like narratively, I guess.
I have very, very quick breath.
Yeah, I guess. Sure, I'll accept that. Give me a quick and yeah, since this is a blow dart poison, yeah, I don't think he is able to resist. So how does he take 6 points of damage? Let me see. He will, for simplicity's sake, I guess, take his level 6 consequence. Do you have a name for it?
I guess,
Something crippling, pretty much.
yeah. Oh, I don't know. You can pick it. I can't really think of anything. Everything I think of is too vague.
That's a good one. Everything I think of is too vague, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he'd get set on fire and then mana trapped and now poisoned, so...
The poison is much stronger than Lyri expects, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sure, I literally called it that. It works. Okay.
That's fine.
And at this point in the combat, Isla will show up, Stormhammer in hand, and see this mess. Says, well, you really got into the fun of it. Am I going after the ugly one or the ugly one?
The one without the face.
So the ugly one then. She will hurl her Stormhammer at Castilian.
Oh my god.
I rolled the wrong thing. That's not his quick, my bad. That's his quick. Okay. For damage. How does he... Yeah, I guess he'll take his level 4 consequence. Which I will call Hammer Time. Which, by the way, is one of Isla's aspects.
Ooh. Lyri will look up and say, hope the fly wasn't too hard to find.
Above board the what? I didn't hear you.
The flare.
Oh, right.
It was a big bomb.
Aye, but almost set the whole building on fire. That's a great shot. I think... Given the situation, I think Castilian will concede the fight. And he would like to teleport away. Since this is a concede, do you guys have any terms you'd like to impose on him?
If he concedes the fight, does that imply that Andor concedes as well?
No.
Then, no.
Endo's pretty badly beat though, so I don't think he has much left in him.
Does he have anything interesting to drop or something? Or yeah.
Let me think, because I didn't think of it from that point of view. We can say that in his haste to retreat, he tries to set off a bomb, not a Felfire bomb, but like a something else bomb. But because of his haste, he doesn't like ignite it properly, leaving it behind like unexploded.
Is it like one of the bombs we have?
No.
It's a fell nuke.
It looks similar in like shape, but like if you guys were like to try to detect magic, like if you were going to detect magic on the fell bombs, yeah, you would detect fell magic. If you try to detect magic on this, you will not.
Interesting.
Do you accept this as the concession?
Is this asking too much, or could we like, I don't know, just he kind of left a magical trace that hints us where he teleported to?
I don't think it's asking too much, but it will be very difficult to follow, I think.
Yeah, just a hint, it's fine. I don't need to know he's going to house X or whatever.
Yeah, I think it works. But you'll need like time and a bit of like less urgency to like properly investigate it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. So let me put bomb thingy on screen. Can you all like? I'm not sure how to like write it down. Can you all like, I don't know, remember that you have a magical trait of all of this guy?
Sure.
I'll write it in my sheet maybe somewhere.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'll type it in the initiative thingy. Like, I'll remember for myself, but I won't like necessarily bring it up, is what I mean. But now that we have it written down, I guess that solves that issue. Okay. So Castilian teleports away. As he does, you see him like tries to set off an explosive, and maybe because of that you like cringe from him a little bit, like afraid not to get caught in the blast. He teleports away. You look at the explosive, you see that the fuse is lit, but for one reason or another, probably because of his haste and he didn't like input enough magic into the fire, it fizzles out before it like actually.
Alright, makes sense.
Your father will sigh and say, good riddance.
Well, that's one down-ish.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at Buhd and Bladebeard, the guards will attempt to restrain Elswith. And fail miserably. Okay. She dodges out of the way of all of them. I think, just to like sort of wrap that part up, this is more or less what I intended to do. DoomGoblin and Skoll, but for expediency's sake, we can say it happens right now, because she clearly won't be able to like seriously damage Bladebeard or Buhd. I think she will concede the fight. Oh, sorry. Hello, Skoll. I think Elswith will concede the fight, but her concession will be, I think she'll try to stab herself, to like kill herself and not get taken prisoner.
Is there a way we can stop that or no?
Would compelling Buhd make him able to stop her?
No, because compelling is motivating Buhd to do something.
I guess.
Buhd can just... I mean, you can compel Buhd to do that and it will give him a fate point, but I don't know how helpful that would be, because he already has a bunch.
Yeah. What was her trouble? Oh, okay.
The world is crumbling. The world is crumbling around her.
Yeah, if I did that, she herself even more.
I'm her stabbing herself.
Well, Skoll, like her goal is like her big ultimate goal would have been to kill you guys, but failing that, to not get taken prisoner under any means. So, like, we can negotiate on this concession, because in terms of game mechanics, it is a concession.
Right.
But like her big thing is, I don't want to be taken prisoner. So that's like a hard point she won't concede on.
Right, yeah. I was just like trying to think of like, well, maybe like by Buhd interfering in some way, she still stabs, but it doesn't like kill her. Like she like stabs herself in something in a different area that would kill her.
Sure, but like hypothetically, she stabs herself. But like, what's to stop you guys from then taking her prisoner? If that makes sense.
Right. So is it more like it's not negotiable for
Well,
to come out of this alive, or
you impose terms. You impose terms on her, so like she'll give on almost anything, but like the one thing she doesn't want, like the one thing she's unwilling to concede on, is being taken prisoner.
I think that's kind of hard not to do with the Stormwind Guard in the area.
Like she would rather die than get taken prisoner. So if you want her death, yeah, totally fine. But like any other concessions can be like, she drops clues, she reveals something, she whatever.
Like she can drop some like where things are going.
Yeah, she can. If that's what you want to do, we can feel free to also ask something, and this applies to too. Feel free to ask for other things, and we'll see what I can do. Because I know it's a pretty big demand like, I don't want to get taken prisoner, so I'm also willing to concede a lot on other fronts.
Okay. I mean, unfortunately, Buhd doesn't really know too much about her or what's going on, so
Well, think of it
a lot of what.
as
Well, this is above board.
yeah, we're negotiating like
Yeah.
Teeironor
No.
to Skoll, not Elswith to Buhd. Makes
Okay,
sense?
that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So she'll drop. That's fine then if she drops things. I want her to die, but I don't think there's any other option for her narratively. Then, if that's the case, so
I guess
as long as like,
I guess you can get away, but I think that might be asking too much from you.
yeah, no,
Okay.
I think that's fine. I always trying to go for the happier ending route, but that's not as likely.
Well, hypothetically, part of the concession can be, say, she gets away and she doesn't oppose you in the future, for example.
Oh,
Hypothetically, I'm not necessarily proposing that, just saying it
Well,
as an idea.
So like it's not like something like Buhd or the group would allow, but like it's more like a concession that we're agreeing on.
Yeah, again, we're negotiating above board. DoomGoblin, you're also part of this negotiation, not like in terms of characters. From her perspective, like mostly Bladebeard saw her like call for help. She was clearly denied said help. So like, from her perspective, like, even if she was left alive, it's very doubtful that she will return to the bad guy.
Yeah. I don't know, from my end, I like the idea of her escaping and like saying that she's not gonna go after us, I guess, again. I like that, but I guess it's on the table.
It's also up to DoomGoblin.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
implying. Yeah.
sure.
Okay, so I guess we can say that she like forces her way through the door. Somehow she vanishes. Part of the deal is she will not oppose in the like she will not be part of these Silvermane people in the. What else? Because I think I owe you more than that.
Is there any information that she like drops, either like in terms of like, books or scrolls, or like does she say anything vocally before she leaves?
She'll say anything vocally other than maybe like a scream of desperation. But I think if you were to inspect the room afterwards, you'll find some interesting numbers. Is this
I think I'm cool with that.
DoomGoblin?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I have her necklace thing. That's all I wanted.
That is all you wanted, yeah. Okay. So again, you guys, everyone like tries to restrain her, and she fights with like the desperation of a cornered animal. She pushes her way probably through some guards because they're like the weakest of the group, to the door, and like smashes her way through the door. The door like flings open outside into the city. And if you try to follow her, if you were to look like left or right, you don't see her anywhere. As like you guys take stock of the situation, and probably some of the guards inspect Morovia and his wounds. Morovia's probably like sobbing at this point. Bladebeard or Buhd, which of you would find like said papers? Well, actually, Bladebeard can't read, funnily enough.
Yeah, he'll drink wine. Continue drinking.
I guess Buhd would look around, and he's been collecting stuff as of today, like Benjamin's stuff. I guess he'd look for stuff like that too.
Read?
I'd say he can read, but he's not the best with words.
I mean,
Like-
about 3 to 4, I guess.
Oh,
They've got plenty
I
of
think
them.
that certain ones don't think under their certain meaning. If they're like a really big, like, massive word, like something that's not that simple for him to understand, then I think he'll struggle in that regard.
Well, what you will find, two sets of interesting papers. One of them appear to be like drafts of the papers that like they forged to blame you for killing that one warlock guy. Like, you guys, well, except Bladebeard. Bladebeard saw the contents, but I don't think you did. But like, if Edwin or Lyri were to like see the contents of the paper, it's like basically a bunch of drafts for that sort of quote-unquote confession, and you see like imprints of a hand, like they're trying to find the various drafts. They clearly spent a bunch of sets of papers that you would find. Basically what looks to be like a record book detailing it's the name of someone and what looks to be either like a price, like in terms of gold, or in terms of products. Some of them say just like favor for helping with his sister or whatever. You realize that it's a record book of bribes, pretty much.
A lot of big paperwork over here.
Let me see that. And yeah, if you, the like sergeant, come through to check the papers.
Yep, I would hand them over. Bud hands them.
And above board, we will deal with the implications of that in our next session.
Okay,
Okay. Meanwhile, last thing before we end the session, what does Joseph do in terms of game mechanics?
I guess I'll create another advantage. Perhaps by trying to
Restrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Forceful to see if he creates that advantage.
So wait, does he still have that on at the start of next?
Yeah. Fortunately, failed to.
Oh well, we still have that one. Go up next time.
Pretty much. So, as I mentioned, I think it's a good spot to today's session. What did you all today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, great.
It reminded me of the Westfall.
Yeah,
Red-
two boss fights.
Two big fights at the same time.
Elsis wasn't enough. I could have alone. She had +5. I have +6 in quick.
Was a challenge 1-on-1, but not against people, definitely. Yeah, I forgot to make a certain overlay. Oh well, okay. Yeah. You guys resolved a lot more things today than honestly I thought you would. Like I was expecting, especially the like Eastvale to drag on for longer, but we are. You guys stand pretty much triumphant.
Yeah, for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Good job.
We haven't had many big wins in a long time.
You have not. And good that. I was thinking like what would Andor's fate be, but I just remembered, oh yeah, he's technically still in the fight.
Yep.
We'll next time. And other than that, DoomGoblin, now you know one guard that you paid didn't show up.
Oh, I thought I just didn't remember him. I was drunk.
No,
But yeah,
I specifically remember before you got drunk that you like looked around for said guard and you couldn't find him.
yeah. Oh, I see him is alive. That's unexpected.
Yeah, I like him.
But at least I get to kill him myself if I find out.
Potentially. The fiancé now.
Yeah, what's with that? Is he married to her or just engaged?
Legally you're married, but she thinks you're married, and her family and your mother think you're married.
I didn't know that it's mom. In that, yeah. Oh yeah, check up on her. If she kidnapped.
It was a crazy night. What can I say?
Yeah, that was my plan. After dealing with Elsvis, but that when guards would rescue me.
I also love the of that you credit to you, DoomGoblin. You're the one who started this of like the crazy night. Because now I can just like make up random plot points and they fit.
Yeah, I love that too.
Good job to everyone on both fights today. You did great. Any other today's set? Let's move.
Well, things are going pretty smoothly for us lately, so just I'm trying to think of the plots that are still missing now, and we got free and I still stop Benjamin.
So his cousin, right?
Sorry?
Wasn't like finding his like a
Yeah. Above board, like if you have to like let Andor in and have like a quote unquote civil, just basically have like pretended, oh Joseph, oh my little daughter is missing, can Benjamin help me get her? Basically I tell you, go get my daughter, we'll talk. That was his plan.
I'll stay with your daddy. In the meantime, it would be a shame if he kidnapped or something.
Pretty much. But yeah. No. Like, it's also mentioned, obviously, but that there's the other there's all the other shenanigans of the Brawlers Guild, and the Silvermane are definitely crippled, especially with like the documents that you found. But they're still out there, and there's at least one member that you have. So I guess we'll see where that leads.
There's and that
yeah.
Yeah.
You've met Gay. He's like who tried to bar your path with Fellfire, if you remember.
Who brought me to the pub. All right.
Yeah. And there's someone named Emilia, which Thompshire will probably know of that because he's a renderer. And now DoomGoblin knows. Oh yeah, this is that person. DoomGoblin knows that is now fun stuff.
I mean, it's kind of. I guess that makes
Plenty of story forward, and we'll see what happens next episode. That will definitely be like his fate will definitely move the story or another, I suppose. Any to our viewers before we go into our shoutouts? I really like been monologuing.
I'm quite interested to see how this pans out.
Things are strict. Last few things have been going pretty well, so look forward to things they're wrapping up. I'm sure they will look at something else as they typically do.
We'll see. Anything else before we start the shoutouts?
Nope.
I'm good.
Well, dear viewers, thank you once again for listening to us. I rolled dice in the background of board with straight twos, like with them in the order these go in. Straight twos mean that, first, Mr. Burson should and talk about himself and how awesome he is, etc., etc. Can you please go ahead?
Yeah. I'm DoomGoblin. It's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday in the comment and subscribe and hit that bell and check check on post drawings stuff.
Yeah. Check DoomGoblin. He is a very honest. Your artwork is brilliant. I'll do style.
Thank you.
Thank you. Doom. A quiz that I rolled. Yourself and
Yep. You can find use Mr. Thompshire. I've been making renders lately, but I'll be getting back to Machinima soon. Very hopefully. We'll see. That's
fingers crossed. That he's made appears on screen, so it pays to also like watch our little play, just listen to it, and good also post them there, so there. Okay, thank you again, Thompshire. These dice would be good. Go ahead and yourself and what you're doing.
Yes. Hi, I'm Skoll. I and from a Machinima series 2 years this, but I'm finally doing it. Rewrite the free time to work on Machinima. WoW basically over, so I'm already working on for the next Machinima series for late, and I'm this up with the recent my own post, fun other stuff I'm working on, mostly Machinimas. Me on Twitter.
Nice. Congratulations on that.
It's a wow. Actually posted.
Awesome. Today, in terms of recording time, for the view be a week before.
Yeah.
Do check again. You can all our links in the description below.
I think that's it.
Okay. And next, according to the dice, Zelris. Could you please yourself and what you're doing?
I at least once a week, and now it does not. I'm trying to, but things take. Hopefully, I'll have something to eventually now.
This work is you can see a sample of it on screen. Check her out on the links in the catalog. Stunning, quite so.
Thank you.
Not going well. Thank you very much. And I was Dungeon Master to do this set in verse. That's also a lot of fun. That I usually on Monday. Moment that other videos like these other people. So yeah. Other than that, thank you for watching us. We will be back next on. I know we'll see if it comes up. We shall see you there. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye bye.